wouldn't mind trying.
You wouldn't mind trying. Hey, everybody. All right. First off, let me tell you right now, I'm not at my best right now. I am pretty sick, but I've been out all day in the weather, and I may have caught something at the auction whenever I was at the auction the other day in the pouring rain. I don't know, but
you know what you caught? You caught auction fever.
Oh yeah. Hey, Linda. Linda Peterson was in here first way early this morning.
Linda.
There's Lynette Lawrence. Hello, Lynette. Thanks for coming in. There's Chris, Texas Raider, and Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca, did you get your oil? She was going to get some Valvoline. And then there is Arlene. Yes. And there's Troy Sutton. Hey, Troy. And then we have Nanny Tam. Hey, says Nanny Tam. Yep. You know, that brings me to something right off the bat. You really should look at a way of branding your channel. You need to have some kind of a brand. You need to have some kind of a saying. You need to have some kind of a, something that's you. So branding is, that's a good thing for your channel. So I'm just going to put that out there right now. Like, hey is branding. All right. So, you're trying to do something that's uniquely you in the YouTube land. All right, there is Kelly Rebel Heart. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, Kelly. And there's Ace. Howdy, Ace. Good to see you. And let's see here. We have who all we have here. We got Musgrave Family Farm.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you.
I see Dana.
Ma'am. Yeah. Hey, there's Lacey.
Hey, Lacey. Yep, this is where all the cool kids hang out.
And then there is Dana Mason. Hello, Dana. Thank you for coming in. And there is Sweet Innocent Angie. We were joking about that just a couple of minutes ago.
I'm looking forward to the cruise that I could get into a lot of trouble with you.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So
Daddy's probably gonna have to separate us.
There's Teresa J. Teresa Jukowitz. And there is Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse.
Brian.
Welcome. There's Paul Honeyman.
Oh, look at those orange hearts. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, guys. And then there is
Nanny Tam.
Duncan Family Farm.
Hey, Greg and Donna.
Hey, guys. Good to see you. We had some good barbecue today. It was in a different town. And there is Tony at Our Cabin in the Woods. Thanks for coming in, Tony. And Liberty Layers Hideout.
We're at Liberty.
Welcome.
Well, welcome. Liberty Layers Hideout. I haven't heard that one before. I'm going to write that down. That's a cool name.
And then we have Bill at My Alaska. Welcome. There is Mickey at Critter Creek.
Mickey. No, Mickey. Yes.
So I'm just trying to get through the hellos and stuff like that. And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this deal.
There's Tracy. Oh, wait a minute.
There's Lee, Fisherman 506.
Paul Honeyman.
Yep.
Did you already say hi to him?
Hi,
Paul. I haven't yet.
And then
Stay out of trouble. Lee Fisherman.
And then we got Wanda Henry in here. There's James Hall.
Like 2 miles away. I don't have I know what the problem is.
Yeah, you got the wrong glasses on.
I got the wrong glasses on.
She's got to go get her pewter glasses. Hey, Evelyn. Thanks for coming in. And let's see. Christine needs to feed Johnny's Cole with a double batch of chicken and dumplings. I agree. I think it's going to be cold pizza though. Really, honestly, which is fine. And then let's see here. We got Tuesdays with Joy. Thanks for coming in, Janae. Thanks for being here. Got my notebook ready and 2 easy questions. I'm glad you guys have some questions. I really am. I'm looking for questions. If I can't answer you, maybe I can direct you to where you can get the answer. I don't know, but I've seen quite a bit of stuff. So Lori says, there's no way for me to say hello to everyone. So hello, everyone. So Lori's prepping for heaven. Just understand, guys, she's said hello to everybody. If she doesn't hit you exactly, it's because we've all been there. A lot of times I'm driving. I'm in a lot of lives that you guys may never know I'm in because I'm driving. And I don't really need to, go through the whole hello, while I'm, trying to drive. So just saying. It's not that I'm not there. It's just I hit the thumbs up and I'm listening while I'm going down the road. So I think one of the things I wanted to go over is like, who's watching your videos? Do you guys know who's watching your videos? Let me know. Put me up, if you know what the best source of your, watches are. Tell me what they are. Yeah, I do multitask while I drive, Bill, but I'd rather not. I know some people do that talk to text stuff, and I would be so in trouble. It would be crazy if I did that because my voice is so weird that it would.
Your voice is not weird. It's perfectly made by God.
It would be, it'd be scary on talk to text. So,
hey, Scott.
Who is watching your videos?
Well, you found out I'm not watching your videos today.
That's right. I found that's a good point right there. Woodworks. What she just said is a good point. You think who do you think of all the people that would watch your videos are? You would think what? My subscribers will watch my videos.
No.
Right? You think those folks who subscribe to me, to my channel, will watch my videos. I'm going to show you guys something here. So let me go to some analytics, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen, and I'm going to show you who watches the videos. Find the one I want. Well, first off, I'm going to show you this one video. I'll show you this part. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is a video that I did, not this Friday, but last Friday. All right. So anyway, I did a video. She's sitting here. See, she's not even watching my stuff, but she's watching shorts
no,
right
I'm
now.
No, I was trying to get you that I could see that they were seeing that.
So,
all right. Help it that there's commercials.
All you have to do is turn it down.
I forgot.
So anyway, so you can see the summary of the video. You see it's got 10,700 and some odd views, 372 likes, 49 comments. It's got a creator suggestion of 1 in 20 minutes, which means of the next 20 videos that come behind it, that means one of the videos will be Gillum Farms video. And it's got an SEO score of 100, which is the perfect SEO score. So that's a score that you're striving for. And we went over that the last time. Of how to get your SEO score up, because it is, the search engine optimization is what that's called. So what you're trying to do is get the search engine to, throw your video out there for people to see. So the higher your SEO score is over time, I'm not saying on the first video or the second video or the third video. I think it takes a lot of videos to get there. And I really do think that if you go back and you fix your SEO score on a lot of your videos, your past videos, that you can get there. So, hey, Dale Nana's here. So, I just want to, so we got, okay. So we have 23.6K subscribers. You would think of those 10.7K views on that video that there would be a lot of subscribers watching, right? Right? Well, no. So let me go back over here. So let me bring us back up. All right. So let me find the other screen here that I want to look at. And I think I had it pulled up. It is over here. Yes, right here. So this is that video, and I'm going to add this to the screen for you guys. and I'm trying not to bore you too much.
Sorry.
Yeah.
See,
See,
I'm here for the entertainment.
it's just like, yeah.
I don't pay the point because I do have some questions about my channel I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me stop this one. So stop this screen.
Hi, Ann.
And I'm going to go to this one.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Ann.
I'm going
Hey,
to
Pecan Homestead.
present. Share screen.
I don't know how you do that.
All right, let's go to that. Share. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this screen right here, and it's going to show you who actually watches the videos. And it's, you know, it's kind of a big eye opener for you if you're not used to this kind of thing. So I hope you guys can see this. And I know, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not on one, you need to get on the biggest screen you can get on. But I'll try to tell you what it says. We're right here in the corner, by the way. It says that of all those folks that watched that 10.2K views, of all the folks who watched that video, 72 of them were subscribers. 72. Okay. So where did they all come from? Well, from YouTube Home, which is YouTube recommendations, 8.9K subscribers. From up next videos, like it come up after somebody watched another video and this one popped up of up next, 1.4K views. Okay. Then after that, when it says direct or unknown, which means it got 137 views, that would be like somebody doing some kind of we've all been there. We've all been just traveling through our recommendeds and stuff like, and all of a sudden a channel you never even heard of just it's there. Mm-hmm. It's in the middle of it. You don't even know what it is. Then after that, people who actually searched for an auction, of those folks, 95 views. So of all those, the least amount of people who have watched this video are the subscribers. So I'm going to go back through the chat here, and let me see if I can bring us back up to the, let's see here, take this one down. I'm going to bring us back up. All right. So of all yes, I'm one of those 72. There you go. So that's correct. I had someone say the other day, but how do you get views if you don't have subscribers? Once you get over 1,000 subscribers, you should solely work on views, your channel views. You really should. You should not make videos that are just because, let's just put it this way, not just for the 72 folks who watch your video, if that many. That was a video that had over almost 11,000, well, 10, almost 10,500 views. So of that, if you just put a video out for those 70 people that actually watched it, then you're going to continuously miss the algorithm. You're going to continuously miss the bus. You want to put a video out for people who haven't watched your videos before. You want to try to pull in new folks. They don't have to necessarily subscribe. A lot of people watch YouTube on TV. We're horrendous about it. We watch YouTube almost solely on TV because I hate to watch my phone. Christine watches a lot of YouTube on her phone, but me, I'm watching the 65 inch all the time.
Can't really see now.
And yeah, So
but what you do though is you watch and then you use your phone to comment and stuff.
yeah, when you said make videos for potential subs, not current subs, I just say make videos for potential views.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Because whether you end up with a ton of subs or whatever,
Hi, LJ.
the subs aren't what drive your channel. You used to could tell what a big channel was by the amount of subscribers they had and stuff like it, but you can't do that anymore. So we don't even look. For myself, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not look at the subscriber count of any channel. If they've got over 1,000, I'm like, kudos, awesome. There you go. That's awesome. I don't look at the subscriber numbers. Then I start looking at the views. So views is where the money comes from, not the subs. That's exactly right. So let's see. I think one of my biggest struggles is I like to do the auction thing. I go to auctions nearly weekly and we'll make great videos, but I feel very awkward filming in public. Okay. I'll tell you something. Okay. That's one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about. Just because one channel does well doing like auction videos or something like that, car resurrections, building things, gardening, cooking, etc., canning, etc., does not mean that your channel will do well with that. It's because I'm going to tell you the algorithm does different things with different channels. It puts you in a universe out there. And if it's got you too far to one side of this universe, even though you put out the same type of video as another creator, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the same type of result from that. Yeah. We've seen it time and time again.
The way I understand it is like, okay, here's the algorithm in its world, right? And there's all these different places here, and you want to get closer and closer to this algorithm. But as soon as I start, let's say I've never done mechanics, a video on me working with Johnny out there, it may be over here, and I've been getting closer, hopefully, but it may push me way out into this world over here because it doesn't know where to put me.
She's been doing cooking, garden, cooking. And then all of a sudden she does a mechanic video. It'll throw her way over here.
Yeah.
So you can lose what you actually had. And
the gains that you're getting because every time you're more consistent. I mean,
hey Dale,
this is what I've noticed from you is that the more consistency you do and the type of videos you do, the closer you're moving to the algorithm and you're seeing it. Because I'm telling you, that is the book we've read, or the algorithm. It really, I mean, that's where it's at, and you cannot reason with the algorithm.
Nope,
you can't. I mean, we've been there, done that.
So I'm going to tell you something else. YouTube is a long game.
It's not Nanny Tam. We understand.
Night, Nanny Tam.
Enjoy your family.
Yes, bonfire time with kids. That's much more important. Mm-hmm. Much more important. Thank you for being here, Nanny Tam. We appreciate you so much. All right. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do is. Where was I even going with that?
You're talking about the algorithm.
No, I mean not the algorithm, but the.
What if you do something somebody else does? Because
no, not that. I've already went over that.
Okay, never mind.
So the next thing is it's the long game.
Oh.
YouTube is the long game. Don't try to shortcut YouTube. There's a lot of people who try to shortcut YouTube to get an end result really quick that doesn't necessarily help your channel. The best thing I can say is if you haven't made 100 videos, make 100 videos. Every video will be better than the last video. Edit. Don't say I don't have time to edit. Do a good thumbnail. But every single video that you do, if you do 100 videos, I'm going to tell you the second 10 will be better than the first 10. The third 10 will be better than the second 10. And it just continuously gets like that all the way up. You'll get to the point where you can't even watch your first 10 to 20 videos without feeling sick at your stomach because you feel like and at the time when you made them, you probably thought it was the best thing in the world and you were setting the world on fire. So the best thing to do is continuously make
your craft,
videos, consistent. Put them out. If you can only put out a video once a month, put it out consistently once a month. Don't skip 3 months and then put out another video, because what that'll do is that'll just move you farther and farther and farther from, where you were. Thunderstick says my old videos are hidden. I've seen folks do that. I've done that myself. Yes, editing is key. Make sure you edit. A lot of people think you can just put out videos and not edit.
I love Brian's videos.
Yeah, they're well edited.
In the camera positioning and stuff and what you're working on, you can tell you definitely take time to make it the best video for the people that are watching.
Exactly.
I love that.
Thumbnails are your clickbait to get that person to attempt to watch. Yeah, but you have to be careful, Drunken Chef, with the clickbait on a thumbnail, because I can tell you right now, this YouTube watcher, and I watch a lot of YouTube, this guy, if you do too much clickbait, I'm done with you. I will not watch your stuff. I will go out of my way to not watch your stuff.
I'm the same way.
There's a lot of big, what we're going to call big channels that everybody is familiar with and everything in the community and stuff like that I absolutely have no idea what they're doing, because I can't get past the thumbnail. So I feel like the most important thing is, if you want to, let me put this up. If you want to start doing a certain type of video, you need to do lots of those videos. If you put out 1 or 2 videos and the algorithm doesn't respond, that can be true. But what you need to do is you need to watch what video the algorithm responds to. Because I can put out say 5 videos, and there'll be, just different types of videos, and I can see one that performs a little bit better. It may only get 20 more views than the other one. And then I'll start working toward that. I'll stick to that, kind of like that, and I'll try to get into that and work my way up, but I'm just saying, it's good and consistent, because it's like you're starting over on the algorithm. Yeah. So some people start other channels so that they can do their artistic self. How do you know what the algorithm is doing? All right. It's analytics. Here you go. It's your analytics.
Hey, Elegant
Woodcraft. All right. So if you have a YouTube channel, you have analytics. You have the YouTube, the content creator. Let me see here. This is analytics on this one. Let me go to something else. I'm going to go actually over to how viewers found this, key points in the video, stuff like that. I'm gonna show you another screen. I've showed this before, but I'm gonna show it again. It's been in the past. Let me get off of there.
Hey, Kevin. Hi, Heaven's Fire 18. Hey, Troy, my brother.
Okay, let me take us down. All right. So let me knock the words off here, if I can. All right. This video right here, you can see that it's the same video that we've been going over. This video has an average view duration of 13 minutes and 39 seconds. So you look at your YouTube studio, at your analytics. You can see the analytics right there over on the left. Go to YouTube Studio, look at your analytics. You want to see how long folks are staying on your video. So of 10,200 viewers, they stayed on this video an average of around 13 minutes and 40 seconds, which my goal is the videos need to be over 8 minutes. They need to stay in the video over 8 minutes. And the reason I do that is because I want them to see as many ad revenue commercials as I can. So if you can keep them in there for 8 minutes in a video, that's huge for you. So try to keep people in for 8 minutes. When you make videos, make your videos longer than 8 minutes, because 8 minutes is where they start putting they start putting the mid roll in there. I'm sure Bill will pop in and say exactly what the word is, because he likes the words. I like to just say, well, it's that mid roll thing where they run a commercial in there. So you need to look at your videos and see where people are. And you also need to see where your video spikes. This video really didn't have any spikes. Yeah, mid-roll ads. See what I tell you? Bill would throw it in there. So this video didn't really have any spikes, but it held 10,200 people for almost 14 minutes throughout the whole thing. So Brian, that's a good question. Approximately how many ads do you put on a 30, 40-minute video? I don't put any ads on it. What I do is I just say add mid-rolls at YouTube's recommendation.
I narrow away farm.
And YouTube finds breaks in the video where they think an ad would be good, and they put them in there themselves. So I do not actually put any stipulation except for that they can add mid-rolls. So maybe I'm missing the boat there or something like that, but
Musgrave Family Farm has been question too.
Is that after you reach 1,000 subs? Are you talking about the analytics? You should be, Musgrave Family, you should be able to see all that stuff before you reach 1,000 subs. You should be able to see who's watching and things like that. It takes a day or two before most analytics show up. Yes, I'll give you an example of one that doesn't show up. Let me go out of here. I'm going to show you one real quick.
Bill said that you should mention that it takes a day or two before.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to read the questions, and then Krista from Almost Off Grid Grandma has a good question too.
Okay, Almost Off Grid Grandma. Here's a good one.
No, the 8 minutes.
How long have you been doing YouTube, and how long did it take you to get to 1K at Gillum Farms? Okay. I have been doing YouTube, like, I guess you'd say trying to do consistent YouTube since 2022. It was after COVID. I'm going to tell you right now, the best time to get to, yes, Musgrave Family, you've got to, you really need to, he's talking about the 8 minutes. Yeah, you really need to be at the monetization point, but I would get people used to watching more than 8 minute long videos on your channel. So, so I started in 2022, kind of consistent. I'm going to tell you, in the summer of 2022, I had 470 something subscribers. It took about a year to get 1,000 subscribers. It took a long time. And, we didn't just fall into 1,000 subscribers. I've seen many channels fall into 1,000 subscribers much, much faster than Gillum Farms did. But I can tell you one thing that I'm proud of at Gillum Farms is the 4,000 watch hours. We had 4,000 watch hours in the first month of the channel. So the channel always has had plenty of watch hours. So the moment we became eligible for monetization, we were just ready to roll. So yes, I'll be 1 year and 2 days, still 104 away, getting closer. That's right. Almost Off Grid Grandma. That's about what it took us.
Yeah, but that's organic, and that's
yes.
I don't know. I just
it's
think
organically grown. And that's all we're talking about here. So, all right. But I'm going to try to find that one. I want to find where Bill was talking about he was talking about
And then Mickey had a question too, or a
Right.
comment.
Where's Mickey? When publishing a video, I see a checkbox that says publish to subscribers. I've been told that YouTube shows it to subs, and if they don't watch, it's done. It says publish to subscribers. I don't ever use that.
I never used that either.
Never used a publish to subscribers deal. I've always just put it up public. So I put it to public immediately, and it does what it does. So that's just, I mean, I don't know. I can tell you that if 10,000 some odd, 23,000 subscribers, 72 of them watched that one video. So I'm just saying, if you think it takes subscribers to make money on YouTube, you're way out.
Well,
it takes views to you just need to get your over 1,000, and then after that, just work on views. That's it. So let's see here, and I'm going to go over to that other screen that I wanted to show, and it is going to be right.
Can I ask that with putting out videos and honing your craft and getting better and better, and per the video you put last, that's the only your video you should be working against it or trying to improve upon was your last video. But with those videos and the views that you get with that, the subscribers will come if that's what you want or feel like you need to have on your channel, if they want to subscribe to you. But the views is where the money comes in from. Not that if you have 10,000 subs, 10,000 are not watching your videos, maybe only 10% or less, probably a lot less are watching.
Yes.
I mean, I'm learning with you guys because he's been trying to teach me a lot, but I've not listened in the past, and now I'm trying to listen.
So let me see if I can put this one up. I hope. All right. Let me go over here. All right. This video I put out yesterday. All right. It's got 5,900 views. Well, actually, it's got 5,880 views right there. It's got watch time hours. It's got 1,300 watch time hours. It's picked up 11 subscribers, and it's made $24.94 so far. The estimated income will actually improve over time. The estimated revenue of the video, so it will improve over time.
I like that.
And so just don't be it's hard. The analytics do not keep up with the video. The video will far outpace the analytics. The analytics will continuously upgrade. Now, we've also seen, and Bill he texted me and talked to me about this.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. So let me go back over here. Excuse me, guys. So he was noticing that they were taking some views away from his short. And I told him it happens all the time. It happens all the time on our videos. There are bots and things like that are not considered good views, and YouTube does do audits every once in a while. So if you see the views go down on something that you put out, it's not really a big deal. It's not really it's not gonna be the end of the world if you lose 20 views on your video or 30 views or whatever. I'm just saying. And the higher the amount of views that you have you'll have more that you lose, if they're doing an audit of the channel. And a lot of it is, it might squeak through something where, maybe you watched your own video a few times and it squeaked it through, and then they go back and look and they go, and they take some of them off. Or they noticed that some of them were views without sound, or they noticed that they were this or that, or, So it's not that big a deal whenever you lose, a few views off of a video, because 20 views is not going to break the bank or anything like that. I'm just saying. The main thing is you just want to increase the amount of views that your channel gets. And I saw earlier that Opcon Homestead put something in there about a certain channel, he can't watch them because it's a big channel. They get a lot of views and stuff like that. I know who he's talking about. And if you want to know, you can go back. I'm not going to put it up. But it's all clickbait. And the worst thing in the world is whenever you watch a video that is clickbait and they tell you something that's just, the thumbnail says something outlandish and you go, oh, no way. And whenever you watch the video, it is simply just normal people problems from every day. It's the same stuff we all go through every day. It's no big deal. Like I've seen some where they said the government's going to take my land. And you know what it's all about? They don't want to pay the property taxes. None of us want to pay property taxes, but we do. But we do. So that's the government wants to take my land video right there, the whole thing.
I like Tony, Johnny, how much do you charge an hour? Let's say it'll take a week for me.
Tony, we can talk all you want, buddy. We can talk all you want.
Come on over.
Come on over. I'll talk to you anytime.
You gotta bring Angie though.
So, anyway, and what's wrong with she's sunburnt? Me, I'm just sick.
I got some sun. This is actually good color for me. I usually am pale looking.
Yes, the clickbait is just a BS way to suck people in. I don't need to waste my time on that kind of stuff. That's right. And you'll see two different kind of people. There's two different kind of viewers. There's viewers like me who absolutely won't watch it. I won't watch it.
I won't watch it.
I guarantee if you put up a video that's clickbait, you can guarantee Gillen Farms ain't gonna watch it. It ain't happening. I'm just not gonna do it. But if you put up something that shows me what you're working on and shows me, that you have a challenge that's an honest challenge. I'll tell you a good honest challenge. Pulling the manifolds off an old engine and you don't break any exhaust manifold bolts off and end up having to drill a head out. Drill a head bolts out. That's an honest challenge. And I feel your pain. I'm just saying. So, yeah, come on over tomorrow. We're going to have a work day over here at Gillen Farms. We're going to end up with air conditioning again, I hope. So we don't have air conditioning right now.
No. Yeah, we're not cooking right now or anything. Krista,
Yes, and almost off-grid grandma, yes, I'm a big one for the title. If the title says the video is about a certain subject and it ends up not being about that subject that I clicked on it for, I'm typically gone. And I don't understand people that will go to one of those videos time after time after. It's like it's like you're a glutton for punishment or something. I don't understand it.
I don't understand that if every single video is clickbait. I don't understand that, but I guess it works for some people. I don't really know. Hey, Kelly, she's on a different device.
So, hi, Kelly. Thanks for coming in. She probably got on something that she could actually see on.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is, did Mickey get his questions answered?
I don't think so.
Mickey, throw your questions up again, please, sir, if you're still in here. I would like to answer.
Yeah, you did, because it was about that he clicks the
publish to subscribers.
I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to be Vanna White. No,
yeah, she's trying to help me. Hey, Scott. Okay, my bad. Gillen Farms. When trying to attract country folks, what category do you select? People blogs or more specific?
That's a very good question.
That's a very good question. That's a good one.
It's a real good one.
That's an excellent one. If I'm doing anything at all where I'm out with the cattle, I don't care if I'm spraying a pasture or working, pushing a tree over or anything like that. If you can see a cow in it somewhere, I'm gonna do pets and animals. Mm-hmm. Pets and animals is huge for people wanting to look at stuff. Now, I can also use how to and style, and I have used both of those retroactively, but I've noticed that pets and animals get better views than how to and style.
Not yet, Lynn. We're still without.
That's a good that's a freebie for you. Okay. Now, if I don't have any animals and I'm doing something that isn't like automotive, then I'm going to do how to and style, because mostly the things that I do is how to do something, how to do this, how to do that, how to do whatever. If it's got a vehicle in it, if I do anything on a vehicle, it's going to be autos and vehicles. The only time I do people and blogs is if I do a live, and I'm going to tell you, I don't 100% stick to that. Sometimes I do entertainment.
So I have a question for you, like for those of us who do like our cooking videos and stuff like that, I don't feel like there's really, besides the how to, but would that be the best selection for like cooking and gardening? Yeah, I would say how to, probably. Like
Cooking is
perfect.
definitely going to be how to.
How to. Hey, Lynette.
How to and style, because you are constantly teaching someone how to do something that doesn't fall within the range of everything. I always think that YouTube misses the bus. They don't have enough categories. There are other things that you could put in there, and I just wish they had something else. Lynette, I had several channels that had such a sad title, and ZL I've watched and have been fooled, so I am subscribed. Stop watching, leave my reason for unsubscribing. I thought I was being mean. Sorry. Have several.
I don't think that's being mean.
I thought I was being mean. Sorry.
You were just saying that you left, you unsubscribed and you told them why, and I think that's good feedback. I mean,
yes, I've had a lot of people unsubscribe, and I have one thing to say about that. Bye. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah,
it's just I believe life is too short, and I think that everybody should just put out their content. The people that like their content are the people that are going to watch their content, and if they don't like it, or they don't like the personality, or they don't like this, or they don't like that, if they're looking for some reason to be offended or anything, or if they get offended very easily or something like that, they're not necessarily folks that you really want to have around all the time.
Right.
But
this is different than what she's saying, because there's been channels like that they ethically and morally did not. I found out later they did not meet my expectations, or they were all the time, and I am subscribed. And I think that's fine. And if you want to leave them the reason, I mean, that's good feedback. Are they going to listen to it? Probably not, is my thoughts. And then there was another one up above from either Brian or Critter Creek that I want you to miss.
I'll go over this one real quick, and I'll go back up. So have you ever used the inspiration tab in dashboard? No.
What is that?
Never have. Never have used it. Okay, so let me go up here. Now, where's the one from Critter Creek?
It was either Critter Creek. It was a pretty long one. What did Paul say? I remember.
I have several there.
That
was the one that we just went over.
Yeah, but there's one before there.
How many videos can you put? How many videos can you put up the title? I can't believe this happened. What did we do? Where am I? I'm done. Johnny, no clickbait, people. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only so many times that you can put.
You don't need to
It's the worst day ever. There's only so many times that you can do that. So I had one person tell me he was unsubbing in a mean way because I ran over an alder tree going to my remote cabin. Those are basically weeds up here. Yes. And, if I have had people unsubscribe to Gillum Farms because there's a fly on the cow multiple times.
Or the rattlesnake.
I've had people unsubscribe because I kind of like rattlesnake, and one was next to my foot and it ain't here no more, and when I say I like it, I don't mean I like just having it next to my foot.
You've had people because you're
I've had people unsubscribe. The wildest one is I had someone unsubscribe because I didn't do circle track in my GTO. They unsubscribed because I wouldn't do circle track. Okay. I'm like, bye. They said that was the boringest thing they ever saw was drag racing.
That's your cup of tea.
And I'm like, okay, well,
that's not ours. We find that boring. So I mean, I don't know. That is normal. Yeah, very normal. And Tell me you're a city slicker without telling me you're a city slicker.
Almost off grid, Grandma. I love the way you're putting in your questions. You did the queue.
I
love that. Do you ever choose educational when doing do-it-yourself stuff at Gilliam Farms? Most of the time, it's how to and style for me. Educational requires that you put in basically your credentials for being able to educate on this certain subject or something like that. So it's how to and style. I've never put in educational because I'm not going to answer the additional questions because they want like references and things like that.
It's like for those that like, I use a lot for my career path and my CME or CEs and stuff like that. So that's a lot of the reasons for that. Or it's educational for youth. And then you get into a whole nother level.
Yeah, and she's saying that's how I choose how to and style. Also, just thought I'd ask. Yeah. No educational. Yeah. There's never been an educational video on Gilliam Farms channel. So, and that's all I can talk about is Gilliam Farms. So I don't know how everybody else does exactly everything, but I do know how we do it here. I guess I'm just country and the algorithm must know. So, that's another thing. For you folks who haven't been in here before, I'm going to tell you about timing. Now, I have tried to use the YouTube algorithm to time when I put out videos. I have tried to do it. It says that most people watch my videos like on Tuesday or something like that. All right. But you know what? I found out that that's not necessarily true. I get some traction on Tuesday afternoon, when it says that most people watch my videos. But the time I get, but since I put such long videos out, I mean, my videos average, man, if I put out under a 30-minute video, it's a pretty dull day. You know, most videos are 40 plus minutes. I'll probably put out some over an hour before long. But I'm gonna go over that, Dale. I'll see it down there.
I like what Paul said.
Yeah.
Don't insure in tires, and tires cost money. Simple mathematics, people. Johnny and Christine are frugal and not wasteful. Don't like it. Don't wait. Yeah.
So here's the thing. So
what?
Oh no, I was just thinking about that. So I put out videos when I think people have time to watch a 40-minute video. I really don't want to put out a video whenever somebody will start it and then they'll get distracted and then they'll fall off of it and then they'll not want it, then they don't come back to it for whatever reason. And then that throws the amount of time that somebody stays on your video from that 13 minutes and something that I showed you a while ago down to somebody's, you've got an average view time of 1 minute and 2 seconds or something like that. So you don't want that to happen. You want to put out videos when you think people have time to watch them. That, for me, that means that my videos have to come out at a time when people who work may have time to watch it. Okay. That's the reason why I never put out a video in the morning, ever. I used to I'd put out a video when I got done with it. I mean, I would just pop it up there. I mean, it'd be like I'd finish editing a video at 2:00 in the morning. Man, it'd go up at 2:00 in the morning. The problem with that is you'll be, say you're in the recommended videos for somebody and somebody scrolls across there and they look and they see your video, it's recommended, and they go, oh, I'll have to come back to that when I have time to watch it. And then they see it again, a little later, and they go, oh, I'll have to come back to that when I have time to watch it. About after the third or fourth time that they scroll through across that thing, your video doesn't show up anymore. It totally slips their mind to go back and watch your video. So you are lost. You have lost the view. So put up the video when you think people can watch as long a video as you put up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to recommend, folks, put up videos that are more than 8 minutes if you are monetized. If you are not monetized and you need watch hours and you have the subscribers and you need watch hours, do some lives, put out some videos that are interesting and a little longer. You can get watch hours from shorts. I've heard, I don't know how many times I've had people tell me you can't get watch hours from shorts.
You can get them.
I've got 9,000 watch hours from a short. So you can dang sure get watch hours from a short. I'm just saying. It's amazing the things that you hear in YouTube land, and you wonder, where did they come up with this? Human Farms, I test your theory that shorts gain subs. I posted a short every day since March 30th. I've gained about 30 subs since then. So you've been going for a few days. Now, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find your shorts that get the most views. So, and then you're going to try to follow up with shorts that are along that same line. So I can tell you right now that I can almost guarantee a short to go 10, 20, 30,000 views. All I have to do is put Danny in.
Yeah.
Danny has become his own thing now. Hashtag Danny in a short is actually something I put in there. I put in hashtag Elmer, hashtag Danny. And Danny and Elmer actually get a lot of views. What do you use to get your vidIQ score up? Okay, I don't have vidIQ. I have TubeBuddy. So vidIQ is also a good one, but I have TubeBuddy, and TubeBuddy is what I use. Let me see if I can find the TubeBuddy. Let me go over here.
And next we'll do a collaboration because I'm interested about that.
Yeah, going into the collaborations. That's right.
Yeah,
because Dale asked about that one.
And the thumbnails. And
yes.
I really, because that
I didn't forget you, Dale.
Yeah, no, we haven't. Because
I kind of circled around. You've heard circle around. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, turn the light on. We're sitting here in the dark right now. We're trying to keep cool in here.
Which ones do you want, this over here or over here?
Yeah, that one right there. So she's going to turn on the light real quick. So let me see if I can put up this. Go to, all right. This is TubeBuddy. And I'm going to go to center invite, share screen, share. All right, that is TubeBuddy right there. So let me put it over here on where it needs to be. Add the stage. All right, that is TubeBuddy. And let me take this down real quick. All right, so out there you can see how many videos we have. You can see how many total views the channel has. You can see how many subscribers the channel has. You can see all the hashtags that I use for that. And that's another thing. On your hashtags, make sure you fill up your, and when I say hashtags, I mean tags. Whenever you go to your tags, fill it up. It takes 500 characters. Fill it up. Fill it completely up. Make sure, if you got 496 things in there, put DIY in there and get 499 or whatever. I'm just saying, fill it up with 500.
When we get done, how you have all those, and you showed me how you can copy them. That way, you're not doing it every time. But I still had trouble with it. Yeah. So once you get them all in there, they can stay the same. Yeah, and you can copy them and put them in, which I didn't know that. So I was lazy about not wanting to put all those in because I didn't know there was a copy option. And you kept telling me you need to do that.
When you get all your tags in there, your tags don't have to be specifically about this video. You don't have to put 500 things about this specific video. Do 500 things about your channel.
See, and I was thinking it had to be about that video. I'm like, there's not 500 things.
Just I do, like Danny. Elmer, pheasant, deer,
You do
blah blah,
farm, or I
everything,
do.
because I do all that stuff. I do everything. I do everything at some point in time. GTO racing, pasture reclamation, heavy equipment, etc., etc., etc. Fill it up, copy it, paste it, and you can do that by going into.
So you need to go back to Dale's.
Yeah, I need to go back to Dale's.
Because I'm really interested in this one because we've been talking a little bit about this.
Okay, collaborations. Collaborations are specifically designed for you're making a video for subscribers. That's what I'm calling making a video for subscribers. I can tell you that there's not that many people out there in YouTube land that are looking for a collaboration video. There's a lot of subscribers that'll watch it. You'll probably get more subscribers than, like you might get a ton of subscribers to actually watch the video. But it's not necessarily you're making it for subscribers. I mean, you've literally just made a video like I talked about a while ago. You just literally made a video just for subscribers. So, do I think that it helps the algorithm or anything like that? No, I don't think it helps at all. Do you notice that me doing any collaborations anymore? I've done a couple in the past, way back. Do I do any anymore? No, I don't.
Okay, but his is about the thumbnail.
So I understand it's about the thumbnail, but I was just going to tell you about collaboration. And I'm probably going to lose some people right here because they're big on collabs, but collabs, here's how collabs work. Collabs work based on, it didn't used to be this way, but they work on the fact that you are doing a video with a group. Everybody goes and makes a comment on that video, a thoughtful comment, etc., on the video, hits the like button. If they're not subscribed to you and they come from another person, then they subscribe to you. Maybe. And then whenever there's a giveaway at the end of it, then they all go in there and they all sit around and watch the wheel spin. Okay? That's a collaboration. What it really is, and I don't want to make anybody mad, and I know I'm going to, and I can watch the sub numbers drop right now, and I really don't want to, but I'm going to say it. It is.
Hi, Robert Mack.
Simply.
Hey, Annie.
You have made a video strictly for subscribers that is basically sub for sub. That's what it is. So you're subbing, somebody else is subbing, and you'll end up getting a few of those subs that will actually watch some of your stuff that you've actually done at other times and stuff like that. But my experience has been that they typically don't watch much of it.
I never thought of it that way.
So, I can feel my blood boiling already. Yeah, I'm mad.
No more.
I'm just saying. I can.
I don't do it.
I'm watching the numbers drop as we speak, but I'm just saying. But doesn't help. I agree 100% doing them just for fun, but doesn't help channels. No, actually, I really think that collaborations, if you're trying to build a channel to actually do monetization, where you're actually trying to every day you want to see, say you want to see $50 in your monetization every day. All right. You're not going to get there by doing collaborations because the YouTube algorithm is not going to let you get there.
Well, one thing Johnny brought to my attention is the consistency, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's just once a month, I do a video, but I do it on the Thursday or whatever. With the collaborations, it depends on where they put me in that, so I could screw up my algorithm by having different dates, different times. But back to that, what do you call it? This thumbnail. If you notice, I'm using less and less of what they send out. I may use a little portion of it, but I don't like it because it's not me.
Right. That's it right there. Would you agree, Egg Yum Farms, which is why your title shouldn't be the collaboration title. Put that hashtag in the description, make a normal title. Exactly.
That's what I've been doing.
Exactly. Exactly, because you don't want somebody else to make the thumbnail for your video. Your video is you. Believe it or not, every video you put out is you. It's all you. So whenever you put out a video,
Oh, glad you're back in the U.S.
and people, glad you're back, Robert. Heading to Southern Missouri. Awesome.
Oh, Lynette, that's good.
It's
think
okay
that's
because
good to have-
next year I'm going out on my own, just learning this year.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
good. Go and crafting, learning, building muscle, learning how to do videos and shots and stuff.
Yeah.
And the only person you're in competition with is yourself.
So what you're doing is whenever you do a collab, you are actually it's straight up a subscriber video. It's straight up what it is.
They're fun though. I like them.
Yeah, I mean you like them, but I'm just going to tell you, if you're trying to build your channel and you want to see every day, you want to see say $50 or $100 in your YouTube in your earnings on YouTube. You do what you need to do in order to get to that. So
Lynn Okie said something. Lynn, can you repost it? Because I'm not seeing it, sweetie.
Lynn, you'll have to put it back up again.
Please. Thank you.
Because we're so far down. So myself is beating me. Yeah. So that's we can talk about all kinds of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open this up so somebody can come up and they can ask me a question. I mean, that's what I want. I want a question. I want to go back and forth with someone. And so I'm going to put a link out there. I'm going to only let one person up at a time. So if there's,
then we have to
4 or
see
5,
you and know you.
Yeah, I have to know you. Have to know you. This thing isn't subscriber only. So if I do not know you and you've not been conversing all throughout this thing,
I'll say bye. I'm out of here.
I'm not going to be here. So let me go. I'm going to look at where's the new. Oh, it's it. Kim Farms, Lynn the Okie Dokie. I just record what I'm learning. Would you suggest I hashtag it? Okay, from Lynn the Okie. Johnny, I just record what I'm learning. Would you suggest I hashtag it? I don't ever actually put a hashtag
in your title.
I never put a hashtag in my title.
Yeah. I think at one time somebody told us to do that. That only works for, isn't it, shorts? I
put hashtags in shorts. I hashtag that title to the end of time in a short. But as far as as an actual video that I'm doing, there's no hashtags in that title. So you make a really good title. If you don't have Canva or some kind of a editing software to make a good thumbnail, you need to get it. So let me get off of that.
We also, I do it with him, but I'll ask him about, yeah. Well, okay. So Krista, I want to talk to you about that. She said, I only put hashtags in description only. I used to do that too, but Johnny showed me where is that in the,
tags?
The tags, you need to put that in there about your channel. That way you have it, use all 500 and have that in there. But then you could also do your hashtags in your description. But I think it really picks up on the ones that he showed me where to pick. Anyway, whatever that's called.
Yeah. Yeah. So, put hashtag. If I do a hashtag in a description, it's going to be a hashtag another channel. It'd be like Tony R. Cabin in the Woods or 9 Acre Family Farms or, My Alaska, hashtag My Alaska or something. And the reason being is because I'm wanting to bring attention to that channel because I mentioned them during the video for whatever reason or another. Maybe I was at an auction and I saw something and I thought maybe Dale would like, or I saw something Bill would like, or saw something that Brian would like, or any number of folks. I can tell you that I did hashtag Christine on a video not too long ago, and she picked up subs and views from it. So, they apparently liked the way my wife looked, I guess. So
they liked how quirky your wife is, not the way she looks. That's for sure. I can't help it, they were all men.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right. I mean,
no.
back into do that each video. Set tags as default, upload it, settings, channel. Yep.
Yeah, and Krista, you really need to do that. Back in tags, yes, I do that each video. But you don't have to. I mean, if you set them though, you can copy. I just want to make sure you knew that.
I want to throw this up there for you guys. You learn to use the web version of Studio, not the app on your phone. The app on your phone is like, it's like the 101 part. It's like, learning English 101. It'll give you some stuff, but it won't give you the meat and potatoes. And Dale is exactly right with this.
Yeah.
You want to go to an actual web page. You want to go into YouTube. You want to go into
where you can make all the changes.
Channel, the your what do they call it?
Well, Paul, I'm glad you wear pants now.
Yeah, I'm glad you wear pants.
We all are happy.
So you want to go down into your channel content. You want to go into your analytics that way. So I'm just saying, you learn so much more stuff from that. I mean, it is crazy. Question: how do you tag things? Whenever you're making a video, Lynn, I make videos strictly on computer. Every video is on a computer. So there is a section down there for tags, and it is see more. Okay. So you get to a portion, and I feel like what's happening is you're getting to that one point where you can stop, but you can click at the bottom of it and it'll open up a whole bunch more stuff down there for you. It's basically the enhanced version of what you're looking at whenever you're creating a video. And that's where you're going to find your tags and all that stuff. So use that and put in your tags. Liberty Layers Hideout. So I've been doing a lot of videos, mostly shorts, but try one long per day. But I only seem to do close to the same every day. It's about my chickens. I'm trying to grow. What you need to do is
I'm sorry. Lynn, sorry. What you need to do? Liberty Layers. I just now got their name too.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hello. All right. So what you need to do is, if it's not working for you, you need to change something. You need to, if you're just putting out videos about your chickens, you need to do some kind of grabby editing. I can tell you something that works perfectly. If your chickens do something that is funny, or something that is, different, or, do a certain squawk at a certain time, or a certain, if they do some, if there's something, like you find a snake in the egg box or something like that, at the beginning of your video, put 3 little super short clips, like, here's the chicken flying down from the deal. Here's a snake I found in the egg box. And I'm talking short. These things are like 3 to 4 seconds. And then one more. Whatever happens in that video. And it's got to be something that happens in that video. So what happens if somebody clicks on your video? You've got to keep them for 30 seconds. Okay? So if you don't keep them for 30 seconds, it's not a really good view on an actual long video. So it's considered one of those, it's probably not a view. So you want to keep them for more than 30 seconds. So you put something in there that they go, oh, wow, that's going to happen during this video. That's going to happen during this video. That's going to happen during this video. I need to watch more of this and see where that happens. That helps a lot. I've done that tons of times. I can tell you, if I go to a cattle auction and a cattle comes out, a cow comes out mad and, starts chasing somebody around the ring, if you got something like that, I guarantee you it's going to be right in the beginning of it. Yeah. You're going to see that, some cow coming out, steam coming out its nose, it's looking to kick everybody in the ring's butt.
It's jumping
it's jumping it's jumping over into the crowd,
thank you, Mickey.
Stuff like that. Then that's going to be one of them points to where you're going to put 3 little short clips in there, and that's going to be your grabber. You got to grab them. You got to hold them for 30. Once you hold them for 30, then you work for 8. You try to get to 8. Get to 8 minutes with that video. The longer you can hold somebody in a video, the better it's going to do.
Yeah, I didn't realize
it's going
that
to continuously go. So if you're doing your chickens, try to grab something. So 2 weeks Paul shows up, we'll have a blast.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. Andy, if Tony does, I don't know you people.
So, but anyway, if anybody wants to come up on panel, I have actually put the StreamYard right there in the chat. Somebody can come in. We can talk about this. Only we like one at a time. But if you've got something that you'd like to say, I'm more than happy to talk to you. Yes, that's one thing. Now, Liberty Layers Hideout, without me looking right now, do you have your 1,000 subscribers? Just let me know in the chat if you've gotten your 1,000 subscribers, and then let me know where you're at on your watch hours.
So I want to ask you a question for me while we're waiting for. What do you think would be if I there's 2 things I need to? I know there's a lot of things I need to change, and I don't have, because of work and stuff, I don't have the dedication like I should. But what would you say would be the top 2 things you would say I need to do differently?
Now, what was the question?
What are the 2 things I should do? I should change about what I do with my channel.
Oh, from me watching your channel?
Yeah, with what you know from me, you've looked at my analytics.
I can tell you one thing. You need to make sure that you put in all your tags.
Yeah, which I just started doing that.
She just started doing that. Put in all your tags. Work on your SEO score. The next thing I want you to do is watch your own video at least 6 or 7 times. Mm-hmm. If there's ever a point in that 6th or 7th time where you start nodding off at your own video, somebody else will nod off at your video on the first, the first time they watch it. They'll nod right there. If anybody ever nods, you've lost them. So if you find a point in your video that you're losing yourself, get rid of it, cut it. And I said something the other day, and I don't know if it made people mad or whatever, but I'm going to say it again. If you put out a short and it doesn't perform, and I mean perform.
We just started his channel.
Then I started 19 days ago. Well, if you started that quick, it's the long game, Liberty Layers. It took us a year to get to 1,000. We've got, I think to get to 100 subscribers, I think it took us like 2 months. To get to 4,000 watch hours, I think it took us 2 or 3 videos. So, it's the long game.
I really like the channel name.
Make your first goal, Liberty Layers, 100 videos. Mm-hmm. And every time you put out 10 videos, go back and watch your first video. On your 20th video, go back and watch your 11th video. On your, do like that. See how much better you're getting. Because I'm telling you that you'll get better and better with practice as you make videos. So you're in it for the long run.
Well, you have a cool channel name starting off, so that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing, some channels get very, very niched. Mm-hmm. And if they get too niched and there's not enough content with the niche that they have, then it's very difficult to continuously pull in the numbers that you want.
Hey, Trey.
So remember that one too. Hey, Trey. So walking around work, making rounds, listening. I'm not very active in chat. Thanks for coming in, Trey.
So you told me about my tags. What was the second thing? So I did that on the last video. Mm-hmm. And then it was just barely over. You're like shorted down, like it was only 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, it's gonna be longer. So it was just like 8 minutes and 20 seconds. But I felt like I cut it because I'm like, people know how to do this, they know how to do that, and
I thought it was one of the better ones that you've ever done.
Really, thank you.
So,
but I didn't have many people watch it for very long. But it was a collaboration video, so I don't know. I don't know if cooking's what I want to do on my channel.
So what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to make sure that you don't lose anyone, and that you didn't lose me whenever I watched your video.
I'm not saying something.
Because I tell you what, I like to eat, but
it only says really how to make a title for your channel, and I'm taking
how to make a title for your channel. All right, I'm going to bring up Mickey real quick, and then we'll talk about that real quick. Hey, Mickey.
Hey.
You're such a sweetheart. Thank you for what you said about me.
So, I was trying to write a sign that said how to get into a Gillum's Live.
So let me answer this question for Lynette real quick, Mickey.
All right, yeah.
It says how to make a title. Let me see here. How to make a title of your channel, and I'm taking notes. Okay. So what you want is you want two things. You want to make a thumbnail. You want to make a thumbnail that is quality thumbnail that says something about your video, about what might be seen in your video, but don't make the thumbnail your title. Make your title your title. Okay. So like
yeah, I didn't get that.
Like here, I'll give it to you. I went to an auction. It was a Crozier auction. It was at Leach. I put that the actual title of the auction was like Leach and Simon auction. Leach, Simon and chicken auction. Whatever day it was, something. Okay, that's the name of the actual video. But on the thumbnail said hot deals on a cold day. And that's what it was. There were really good deals, and it was a cold day. And the reason there were good deals is because there weren't that many people there because it was so cold. So you could get some really good deals. So people looked at that and they go, all right, he got some good deals. And I did. So make your thumbnail different than your title. Don't make your thumbnail a one of those deals to where you're just what do you call it? They're out to get me. They're out to get me again. They're going to get me. They got me. I'm done.
They have it to be something about your video too.
Yeah, and don't.
It doesn't have to be your face.
And
that's my big turn off.
If a video's got a grab, like if it's got some kind of an outstanding statement in the title,
that's good.
Or in the thumbnail, I better see that in the video.
Yeah.
If I see the government's out to take my land, and then it's I got to pay my property taxes. You know what?
Being an adult.
I'm done. I'm done. You'll never. I'll not darken your doorstep again.
But if it's called, do you want to see the cutest puppy in the world? And his name is Harley. Yeah.
Right. If it's something that we can guarantee that we're going to see, and it's not just normal stuff. All right, Mickey, what you got?
I'm chasing Harley around so y'all can say hi to him.
Okay.
Hey, Harley.
And he don't like it.
Oh, he's like, don't do this to me again, Dad.
I know.
He's getting big.
He is. Harley. Well, he needs a grooming, but
is he fluffy?
Right.
I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. I'm sorry.
How to keep chicken healthy.
Oh my goodness, I love that dog.
Yep.
He's a sweetie.
We'll go.
I know that I probably am not the person you want to come up on your channel, Johnny. About especially on this topic, how to do YouTube. But I'm gonna be honest. I write down notes.
Okay.
I have a lot of faults in life. Okay, I know that. I recognize them. But the one thing that I do know for a fact is I don't lie. Okay, I have watched thousands and thousands of hours about this very, you know, genre on, just YouTube advice.
Mhm.
I have learned more since you started this part of your channel, um,
Oh.
and
That's
and
what I
and and I feel blessed by it. But at the same time, the channel is always growing, and everybody's watching out for Elmer and um, that stuff. But well, I need to know what it's going to cost to get an hour of your time at Ten Killer.
you can just
Zero.
yeah. We'll just
No,
we'll pull up a chair.
I'm
And I'll be
serious.
there. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So just pull up a
And I'm
chair.
gonna get I'm gonna get there on Wednesday just in case you come by and check out the campground. But
I'm,
I need to bring on Joe Lon Muskie with me, in case you charge too much per hour.
I don't charge anything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you honestly, Mickey. My goal is everybody in here to just be killing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
See,
That's my goal.
He's been
My
wanting to do
goal
this for
is
a
I
while.
want every single channel in here to just have thousands upon
To
thousands of
organically and
views,
enjoy
and
it and
I don't want
have
them.
fun and make
I
money.
want them to have fun doing it, and I want them to get paid for their time. Because
see,
I tell you what,
I,
there's a lot of time here in this, a lot. Hey Trey,
If you do it right.
see, I know that's true, Johnny. Um, Johnny tried to talk to me on the phone one time, and I just kept interrupting him, kind of like I did just now. But but
We love you.
because I think I know something that maybe some of the people in chat don't know. He's serious about that.
I
If
am.
you, if you, no, I'm kidding. If I would hush and just listen, that's the reason I want to bring Joe Lon Muskie to our 1 hour chat at the meetup because he'll tell me just shut up and let him save me money.
Well, I have the same bad habit, Mickey. If we want to call it a bad habit, that he's talking and I interrupt him, but I didn't see you doing that. I do it all the
Well,
time.
I'm so afraid that I'll never get to talk to you guys again or the people that I got are in the chat that I just rush in and say everything I want to say real quick.
No,
But
You're
no.
stuck with us forever.
what I do want to say is that I have mad respect for what you're saying, and both of you collectively, and I I have two questions, and I know I asked them in the chat, but it's hard for me to type what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay, when you're posting a short video, Johnny. Okay, I come across a place on there, and you started the live out with saying that the smallest version is your subscribers. Okay, that watch your short videos. And I
And
understand that people just don't watch short videos, but do you? There's a box in there when I'm scrolling down, getting ready to post it. I've got a list of everything you've taught so far. All right. But I get to a box that says publish to subscribers feed or something like that. It's not when you say post public or not, but down in one of those selections they make you do, it says publish to subscribers. And I've been told, or well, I didn't been told, but I've seen it on YouTube. It says if your subscribers don't watch your shorts, it's not an insult to you, but I mean they just don't watch shorts. And if within the first hour of that, um, if your subscribers aren't interested, then YouTube may not go ahead and put it out on a feed. And
I absolutely do
I,
not agree with that.
I go back to Okay, well, that's what I want to know. I never clicked that box. Well, I usually always click that box that says put it out to my subscribers. At least I'll get 72 views, you know. But and they say if your subscribers don't watch it, well, my subscribers probably don't watch shorts, you know.
So that's just on shorts that you're seeing that on shorts.
Yes, yes. My consistent subscribers, my family that I call them, the people, you know, that support my channel. They all when I post a long form video, even if it's me rambling way too long, they always click on it, leave comments, that. So my long form videos, which I haven't put out in a while, um, that's always consistent. It is those amazing people. But when I put my subscriber or my short videos out, which I understand is not consistent, but YouTube, when I go to my analytics, it shows YouTube did not even put it in the feed. It shows my subscribers click this many times, and then but it doesn't show anything for the YouTube feed. Now people will search for the topics, and I'll get some views from that. So would would I or should I? Yes or no? Or I don't know.
What's happening is YouTube
Uh,
is not recommending that video because it's not seeing traction.
yeah,
YouTube has got to you've got to do something to make YouTube find you, for one thing.
yeah. Shut up and listen.
Once YouTube finds
Uh,
you and realizes that you can get views and stuff like that,
mm,
then they'll start recommending your videos more and more and more. It's kind of like anything else, Mickey. If a person has no money, it's hard to come up with money. If a person has money, it's easier to come up with money.
yeah.
It really is. And it's just like, so if you have no views and YouTube isn't seeing traction, normal traction on your shorts and stuff like that, then they don't recommend it. They don't, and it could be just a couple of simple things that would fix your channel completely on your shorts. One of them is make that short. I'm going to tell you right now, if that short's more than 15 seconds long, it's too long. You'll lose them. Make your shorts short. Start off with, I want to recommend start off with 8 to 10-second shorts. Make sure that you use the thumbnail, the ability to make the thumbnail on your phone. Make sure that you do not let YouTube pick
Oh, yeah.
spot where
It won't look good.
because it won't be what you want. Put the most exciting point there. Don't necessarily have to put a title across your short,
Okay.
you know, where it's actually showing on the screen. I never do. I did a long time ago. I noticed it did nothing. It wasted time. Put your title where the title goes. Make sure you use all of the title. You've got 200 characters that you can use in the title.
I've been doing that, and after you said it, what it was last week, and it has made a difference. I mean,
Yeah.
but my last one, my last short just got like 10 views, you know,
Yep.
and I went, okay. I
Kill
tried
it.
to improve upon it. It was the same vibe, and there's no picture of me in it. It's like my ideal conversion, you know, of a toy hauler into an art studio. So it wasn't so far away from my channel because I do art, you know, that I thought YouTube would just not like nix me. But it didn't get any views. And so I went to check the analytics and it said it wasn't shown. So I did something wrong. And that's the reason I'm asking technical questions. what category do you post to?
That's another
You
thing.
know, which you answered tonight was very, very helpful. Because I always just post to people and blogs because I couldn't find a category that made sense for I'm looking for country folks, you know, uh,
Right.
which may be lifestyles, I don't know. But
So
anyway,
real quick, I wanna talk about this comment right here. It's from Tony at Creekside Maples. Hello, friends. I really need some prayers. I have been really sick all week. Seems to be getting worse. I really want to do Chronicles in the morning, so please pray. Everybody pray for Tony at Creekside Chronicles, Creekside Maples, please. And we're gonna pray him right up onto the pulpit in the morning.
Yeah.
So prayers out, Tony. Now, as far as your shorts go, I will kill a short. I let a short like yesterday. I put up a short. Is about one of the calves that was nursing a cow and it had milk face. I put it up and immediately I got a strike, or not necessarily a strike. I got a reduced. There was the yellow dollar sign, which meant that they were not going to push my video. I contested that, and it was all because I put, this about this baby calf having milk face. You got milk face, and I contested that because I'm sure they thought it was something dirty or something like that.
right.
A calf person, and so I contested. It took it off, but in over 24 hours, that short only got 233 views.
Kill it.
I killed that thing so fast. To me, if a short doesn't hit 1K,
All right. Yeah.
if it doesn't hit 1K, it's out of there. Because what
Hey,
I
Johnny,
want,
I have to kill all of mine.
well,
but
now listen,
I'm willing to do that.
I'm not saying kill all your shorts. I'm saying on my channel, on my
Yes,
analytics,
yes, sir.
on what you want to do is you want your shorts to perform the best that your shorts perform. So if your best shorts perform at 200 or
5. Yeah,
50 or whatever,
yeah.
you want your shorts to perform consistently. If you've got an outlier that is, at 5 views and the rest of your shorts are at 200, kill it.
Yeah, okay.
Rename it, shorten it a little bit, make the thumbnail different, put it back up. Try it
Okay.
2 or 3 times. I've had a short that I've killed actually go about 1,000,000 views.
Wow. Okay.
So, and it's one that I killed because it's like it didn't like it the first time. I only got like 500 views on it. I killed it. I renamed it. I shortened it. I did, made the thumbnail just like half a second different than where it was, and it took off. And so, yes, everybody keep sending prayers for Tony's headed to bed to try to rest. So everybody in the morning, he's going to try to be on Creekside Chronicles. So everybody just keep sending prayers his way, and we'll pray him right on to the pulpit in the morning.
All right. I'm
So,
going to get out of here because I didn't come on here to hog the time. I really didn't. I just wanted to come on and show appreciation for what you're doing and
well,
say
thank you very
thank you.
much.
And if you see me coming at 10 Killer Run, yeah, that's it.
Did we get a special tour of your new ride, your fifth wheel?
Oh, as soon as the dotted line is signed, there'll be some. I've got some full length videos coming out about what I'm doing, but it's not. I haven't quit looking for a homestead, my homestead,
Mm-hmm.
but me and Harley need to take the show on the road because it's hard for me to be where I'm at and to go and visit the different properties. And
Yeah.
I'm a country boy. I need to be able to put my quad on the property and ride the fence line. That's the first thing I do. And they're all like going, I want to go see the house. And I said, I said, I understand you're a real estate agent, and whatever's in that house is probably going to sell most people. I need to see if there's a fence line, what dozer work I'm going to have to do, and then I need to see if there's a creek running through it. So
The most
I,
important part of it.
I've got to be there. I've got to put my feet on those grounds. I
Yeah.
can sit here for the rest of my life and search on the internet, okay?
Right.
And that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And this channel is my channel is a big part of that because I need to be able to supplement my Social Security.
Right.
And if I take my show out there on the road, my YouTube channel, I still got to do art because I have clients that supplement my income right now. Okay. And I still have this great passion that I can't figure out how to make it work as a YouTube channel. But I love giving compliments to my community. I don't care who believes that, but I love that. I love that. To be able,
We
I
love your
laugh,
videos.
I enjoy it. I need to find a way still to make those more watchable, but I love my community. People don't know when I say that. There's people that I was born into a family of. I don't even say that I love that or them,
Yeah.
And so when I say that, it's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what I talk.
Well,
So
we're going to talk
I
about it.
find a way to wrap all that around. And my channel, I know it's like throwing stuff at the wall, hoping anything will stick. But I am taking advice, at least taking notes,
Well,
You have
and
what
we'll
you
it
need
will make a
there,
difference.
Mickey, because you
we'll
got the talent to get it
we'll
there.
talk about it when we get to 10 killer in
Yes,
depth.
yes, sir.
All right.
And I promise, if you go to Ten Killer this year, if Johnny disappears, somebody come rescue him because I've got him like strapped up in a room somewhere.
Mickey, you're the best. You are the
We'll
best.
we'll we'll talk.
We
We'll
love
talk.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I look forward to seeing y'all. And sorry I hogged that part of the chat, but that that RV, I'm taking my show on the road. I found out how to put my art studio in it, how to get internet everywhere I go. I can keep doing art for my clients. I can keep doing arts for my people I love in the community. Plus one. If I run into you at a meetup and you make me laugh, you may wake up the next morning, crawl out of your tent, and there'll be a T-shirt of it.
Yeah.
True story.
That's right. That's right.
Because I have figured out the system how to do that, and it's just as good as if you go to bonfire.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you don't believe me, just go peek at my last short. It's not self promotion, but I mean it can be a realistic thing.
I
And
just saw it.
I'm just looking for that toy hauler that can haul my golf cart because I'm getting old. I can't get around these campgrounds.
Yep.
I can go to every meetup and I can still make t-shirts. Love you guys. Christine, Johnny, you'll never ever know how much I love and appreciate you too.
Well, ditto,
thank you.
Mickey.
Thank you.
I'm
Ditto.
gonna get out of here. Hey folks, I know. Don't come back now, I hear.
No, you always have
Bye,
an open
Mickey.
door here. Oh, wait just a minute.
All right. So we've got someone else down here in the basement, and I'm going to bring her up. Are you ready? Yep. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, Krista.
There's
Hey,
Krista.
Christine.
And
Hi,
let me
Johnny, Christine.
knock this down so
Hi.
everybody can see your channel name here.
Yes.
So that's almost off grid, Grandma. So
Yeah. I just brought up another window as you were talking about shorts. And my channel, I mean, I know nothing when it comes to electronics and editing, and I don't do thumbnails and I don't do editing, nothing. I record and I upload, and that's basically what it is. So I have a lot to learn when it comes to, and I know that if I did these things and took the time to learn them, I would get a lot more views. I totally agree with that. I agree with all what you're saying and the experts about thumbnails and stuff like that. I've had a friend that's helped me make a couple of them, and I've noticed that I've gotten more views with the thumbnails that she's made, right? So I do need to take some time and learn that. But it's like anything. I just, yeah, I got better things to do. I'd rather be doing, putting together a raised garden bed, or
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
reason why we call this for fun and profit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so you know,
yeah,
I want you to have fun.
yeah,
If you're
yeah,
not having fun, there's no
yeah,
sense in doing it.
yeah, exactly. I can see what everybody's saying in the chat. I just can't, I'm not gonna, I can't multitask like that. I'm like you, Christine. I'm not into
No,
multitasking.
I'm not either. It does
But
not work
anyway,
that
I
way.
brought up my video analytics, and something interesting happened to me. I started uploading a couple of shorts. I created a playlist so that I could have a capture an area that I could put some little shorts of my grandkids.
Hmm.
So that's all that the shorts are. That's the only thing I've ever uploaded as shorts. And I have some really interesting statistics. So I only have three. One of them was posted, well, no, I guess it wasn't recently. So that was December 3rd. I didn't do the greatest on that. I only got 202 views on it. And that was 30 seconds. Then the next short that I did was on March 4th,
Hmm.
and it was 14 seconds. So you mentioned just a little while ago to make them short, right, Johnny?
You're right.
So the next one after that was on March 30th, and it was 14 seconds. So I'm going to go under the one for March 4th under my analytics.
Hmm.
And there was somebody in the chat that was talking about they were doing a short or something every single day, and they gained X number of subscribers. So that short on March 4th, I had 16,000, 16.6K, and I received 34 plus subscribers from that short.
Yep.
So that's pretty like I was shocked, really.
Yep.
And then the next one was on March 30th. So that was the most recent. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Wow. Like I was blown away by this. 50 plus subscribers.
Yep.
So literally in less than a month, I've gained 80 plus subscribers from two little tiny shorts that were 14 seconds each.
Right. And that's one of the things I recommend to everybody. I saw Bill put in there that he makes all his shorts 17 seconds or something like that, 17 or 18.
Right.
And I can tell you, if I put out a short that's that long, it better have, and I hate to say it like this, but it better have a climax at the end of it. It better have something that happened. Like I can put out a race video where I'm racing with the GTO, and if you're going to see me win or lose in that last 2 seconds, the race, then I can
Right,
then
you
I
do
can
it.
do it. But if you're not going to see that, I have to make that shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've tested this for a long
Oh
time,
my gosh.
and even with my channel, if it's got to be between, I think 15 seconds. Anything past that, it's too long. But then you get too short too, right? So it's like
Yeah.
12 to 15 seconds. Isn't that like
I
the
make them
kind of the honey?
12 to 15.
Yeah.
I make my short 7 to 12 seconds. Rainy Ridge, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
12 seconds is not a bad length. 15
Mhm.
seconds is, that's the top side. Every time I do a Danny video or an Elmer video, I try to make it exactly 15 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
those really go. And as far as how our channel grew to where it is, it's the subscriber. Now, let's talk about subscriber numbers. To get the subscriber numbers, we did it with shorts, and I have shorts out that have gotten
Millions.
9,000 subscribers,
Oh yeah.
single
Mhm.
short.
Right.
And so, and then but then when you find out that if you only do shorts, your long videos start to suffer because your short folks
Right. Right.
won't watch your long videos. They're
Right.
too long.
Yeah.
So you have to find a medium to where you get shorts, but then you get people to watch your long stuff too. So I end up with, basically, I like to call it 3 types of subscribers. I end up with my subscribers who are part of the homesteading community, and they're just subscribers because they know me. Okay, that's simply the reason why they subscribe to the channel, because they know who I am. They've seen me, you talk to me and stuff like that. Then I've got the subscribers who like to watch the shorts, and they will. I mean, I get a lot of subscribers from shorts.
Yeah.
Then you got the subscribers that like to watch the long videos.
Yeah.
And what I want is, I really want more subscribers that watch the long videos, not to diss on the folks who know me and see me and everything else. I'm not trying to diss you at all whatsoever, but I have shown you in the analytics that of all the subscribers that we have, I have like 70 people that will watch a fairly long video. So you have to, you have to be careful. And I may have lost people. I wouldn't know, because I don't even know how many subscribers we have right now, because I really don't look at subscriber count. I do not look at it anymore. I quit looking at subscriber count, like, it's been what, a few months?
It's been more than a few months.
Well, it's been a few months.
For sure.
Because I always look at
Lori's telling you right there.
I just look at the views. And so that's what I'm going for, because I know if we're going to get monetized, if we're going to get any money from this deal whatsoever, it's all driven by your views. They don't care if you got. Now, I have to preface this. If you've got 1 million subscribers and you got them all because they watched your videos, and you did nothing, outside of just making a video, and they just organically watched your video and stuff like that, and you got 1 million subscribers, yeah, you're going to have people reaching out to you. People are going to want to advertise on your channel. People are going to want to do things. This channel has gotten to the point right now to where we have people reaching out to us, and they tell us they would like to send us something for us to put on our channel somewhere, but the video has to get at least this many views.
Yeah,
they will tell us how many views the video has to get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I will say that there's a lot of times that there's some people that they it seems like they do it with all channels, a lot of channels, but we're getting different ones where it's about the views, right? They don't care about how many subscribers you have. And I've never seen that before,
Oh, no, I knew about that. I knew that.
I didn't.
Okay.
What's that?
Like in the past, there's been people reach out to us, but it seems like they reached out to all the channels, right, to do something. Like I was trying to think of the chicken one.
Oh, Grubterra.
But there's been ones now that have reached out, and they're like, the ask is, or we ask, what is the requirements? What are you looking for? What how do we benefit? Blah, blah, blah. And it's that views, And I was like, wow, I'd never experienced that before. It's a different level, know.
It's once you get to a certain point, then they start putting view requirements on you. They want to know that your video that you're going to put out is going to get at least this many views. And I had one the other day that said my video had to have at least 5,000 views.
Well, not only that too, but they also take in, and the reason I know this is because I've already talked to a couple of them, right? And I haven't done any promotions or anything like that. But they also want to see a really well laid out channel as well. Like they're getting quite, and you got to think of it from their perspective. If it's, a product that they're sending you, it's free, like you're getting it, you get to keep it, and they want to get something in return for what they're giving you. So obviously they want to have high views, and I think that they probably want to align with a channel that looks good, right? It's not I don't know, just a thrown together kind of a channel, right?
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah,
a
you had
it's got a
something.
good description, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's got a good description, you know, but by your description, you pretty much know what your channel's about. That's, I guess, the kind of thing that I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, and they also like one of them actually they wanted to send us an electric bicycle, which if you know anything about my past, you know I have a bad experience with an electric bicycle at one time. And but it was White Rock Home. It was Jason's bike that I
That
was
thing was the
on, and
tallest
I
bike.
actually tore something in my hip. But they wanted me to. They were going to send me an electric bike at no cost to me, and they wanted me. They didn't say how many views I had to get, but they actually stepped that I ride it up and down the aisles at an auction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and
That
I'm
would be a
like,
little scary.
well, I was like, first off, I'm 60. And the other thing is people jump out in front of you. I mean, they walk right in front of you all the
Oh,
time.
you should have seen what we saw today.
And so I didn't feel comfortable doing it. So I told them no,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. But then I've had another one reach out to me want me to do one on an air compressor, a little portable air compressor. And
Right.
I told them, I said, send me that, dude. I will
Yeah.
use it every day. It will be in almost every
Because you
video that
use
I
it.
do.
You use
Because
one
if you
already.
watch my videos, I'm constantly having to air up the tire on something. And
Yeah,
so,
that and a portable generator would be right up your alley. You know, you got
yeah, so, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I did one on night vision the other day, and night vision, yeah, I like it. It's cool
Hi,
and
Lori.
stuff like that. But um,
would that be good for what? Hunting? Like,
well, it would be good for hunting, and it's also good for looking for calves and stuff. Like if you're not wanting to disturb your animals, and you just want to go out there at night and keep them from all getting freaked out, like the
mhm,
cows, I can sit back at a distance, 90 yards or so, and I can use the night vision, and I can see all the cattle.
yeah,
Um, but here's the thing: I'm not a night person.
I
I'm
mean,
not
it's good
a.
for coyote
I'm
hunting and
not a.
stuff,
I'm
but we're
not
not.
a. I typically at dark. I usually come home by dark, and if I go out there at night, usually it's because I've got a cow that's calving and she's having problems, and I pull the truck right up to her, and I got the headlights on her, and
yeah,
I'm right there, doing that thing.
mm,
So, but yes, I love the night vision. I recommend people get the
It's
night
really
vision and stuff like
excellent.
it's excellent. It does really
Good
good.
night, Jay. Love you.
It's just I had that night vision for, I'd say I had it for what, months.
Months.
I had that night vision for months before I ever put a video out about it, because it didn't fit anywhere, because every time I was always home before dark, I needed to do something else. There was either a live I needed to be on, or I needed to, we had church groups all the time at night. We have all kinds of night things that happen.
And we're old. We like to go to bed early.
Yeah, we're old. So
I'm usually in bed by this time, actually.
Yeah.
so I'm, it just, I couldn't find a place to fit it. And the other day I was out there and I go, I'm just going to have to do it. So I told her, I said, well, I'll be home late tonight because I'm going to stay here till after dark, and I'm going to video, use this to video these cows in the dark and stuff like that. Hey, Lisa, thanks for being here. And there's M's in here. But anyway, I really appreciate what you have said as
Yeah.
far as what you have seen on your shorts.
Yeah,
so-
and I also brought up too while I'm here.
Mhm.
I mentioned to you, like, if you go under your dashboard and you go under content and under the inspiration,
Yeah.
so the thing I like about this isn't for the sake of copying, what the information that they're giving you. And I mean, I guess you could, But based on the videos, and I think I have something like 103 or something along those lines. So based on the content that I've put out over the past year, I guess YouTube, since they've started this inspiration thing, uses your content and then suggests to you based on what the SEO is, what people are actually typing in to search engines. Basically, search engine optimization is what SEO stands for. And so they compile a list of topics that would be relevant for your channel.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool. So I just brought it up here right now. And there's 4 that they usually, so what are they coming up with here? So one of them is garden hacks for winter success. Well, that's kind of old news now.
Okay, you're talking about in the tags section.
No, I'm talking about under inspiration right now. There's 4 ideas that they've given me. I'm in my channel dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. One is called Unexpected Challenges of Urban Gardening.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, Collab, Growing Food with Friends. So obviously they know that I'm part of, Survival Seeds 2025, and I'm also doing a taste test grow along with a bunch of other channels that originated in England. And it's a tomato taste test. And then the last one is my favorite gardening YouTubers. So if you wanted me to pick one of these, which one would it be? Christine? The collab one? Let's bring that one up. So if I click on that one, it gives me a whole outline. It gives me titles, and it gives me even sample thumbnails.
So what it is it's AI. So you're using AI.
Well, no, I'm not using it. This is YouTube.
I know, but it's using AI.
To give
It
you
is using a
suggestions.
form of AI, right?
Right.
So the titles that I'm just saying that's why it's called inspiration for the YouTuber, because not everyone is necessarily really good at coming up with different ideas. So based on your channel's videos that you're already doing, you can use something like this, and you can, like, I know me when I'm creating a video, like I have a bunch of ideas, and most of the time I've got like scads of paper kicking around all over the place where I write down notes on everything. Plus I've got notes and galore in my computer as well. But I don't have that much of a problem coming up with, titles and ideas and stuff like that. But under that category of collab, growing food with friends, you can just take the general. It says the joy of growing food is amplified when shared with friends. This video takes you behind the scenes of collaborative garden project, showcasing the benefits of challenges of working together to create a bountiful harvest. Well, number one, anybody that watches any of my videos is going to know that I don't talk like that, right?
Right.
So if I start yapping like that, that's not even going to really sound like me. But
Right.
It's just an idea. And then they go into the outline, and then a shared passion for growing, introduce the collaborators, the backgrounds, the individual passions for gardening. So it's basically an outline for the content creator to give them ideas and thoughts. And then some of the titles that they've come up with is Friends, Food, and Fertilizer, a garden collab. Growing Food with Friends, a springtime adventure. Your garden collab, it's all about the friends. And then gardening goals, we're growing food with friends. So I think that for someone that has a difficult time coming up with different ideas, coming up with titles, at least it's an idea. They don't necessarily have to use the AI,
Right.
but they can take that idea and they can make it, at least it's going to inspire their thought process.
Yes, and you can change that into your wording.
Right.
You can just move that to where people who know you would go, well, yeah,
Yeah.
and that would work. And I'll tell you how all my stuff comes about. I do this. I sit here and type out something, and I go, hey, are you available right now?
Well,
And
no.
she comes flitting through doing her hummingbird thing, and
You mean for your titles?
yes, and
Yeah.
I say, "What do you think about that?" And she just barely looks, and she goes, "Oh, you mean this?" And then we bounce that off each other for a minute or two, and then usually I come up with something in the middle there,
Yeah.
and then I put it out. But I can see where what you have found, which I have not seen at
Oh,
all.
okay.
But that, yeah, I
And
was gonna say that's first. I've never heard of that, so you brought it up. But
Well,
So-
that's
why
like,
don't you can bring it up. So if you just go under your dashboard, and now I've gotten out of it now. So if you go under dashboard and then where the little arrow is on the left hand side that says content,
mm-hmm.
and then you go to the top bar
Yeah,
going
where it says
across,
inspiration.
it says inspiration.
Yeah, I see it right now. I'm looking
So
at
all those ideas are going to be based on what your channel is and what the different videos, and it's just an idea. It's to me it's a brainstorm thing.
yeah.
And
Right.
if you don't like what they're offering, like say on the garden hacks for whatever, or which one did I use? All the collab. So let's say I don't, and then on the right hand side it says let's brainstorm. Describe how you'd like to change this idea, and then you start typing stuff in there, and then underneath that it says need more inspiration. Urban gardening, vertical farming techniques, grow your own groceries. Well, there you go. Yeah, there's a collab that just started here recently with that. So let me type that in, and then I'm going to say update idea. And so this is under the grow your own groceries. And so it's got a whole different, so then it changes the outline, right?
Yep.
Regarding the why, yeah, gardening booming in 2025.
Have you tested it?
Have I tested it?
Yes.
Actually, I not really, but I did save. I went in and I went under the inspiration. This was probably about a month and a half ago, and I saved, I think, 2 different. Oops, shucks. I just ended up saving that one. I didn't want to save a rooftop. Remove save. So they're not here anymore. Isn't that interesting? Saved ideas. Oh, let me go there. Oh, yes. Okay. So I saved, what did I save here? DIY essential oil blends. So there was something to do with that I liked. And then I have 2 viewers on my channel because like I think you guys might know, I don't know, but I do have a podcast, and I started that podcast back in November as the channel grew, and questions were coming in all the time. I just didn't want to ignore anyone, so my podcast is specifically to answer questions that people have for me, and I end up doing that like in a video format. So that's what my podcast is about. So for my podcast, I had a viewer ask me, they want to know about my water collection, and they want to know about my composting and that sort of thing. So I did save a couple of ideas that came up. One was called Off-Grid Living, Water Collection, and Emergency Prep Update. So there was something about it that I read and I liked it. And then the benefits of snow-watered seeds, faster growth, and healthier plants. Well, I'm way behind on that because, as you can see from behind me, I've already got my seedlings started, and I'm using basically, so on the floor behind me as well as a huge massive tote, and in that tote is collected snow, like it's snow water. That's all I use, right? So in all reality, I could have actually done a video on that and answered that question and shown the collection of water and what I use, right? Yeah. No, I was guessing where Krista's from. I didn't. Yes, I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, right beside Maine. I must have an accent. Do I, guys? A little bit?
I don't think so. I mean, just maybe just a hint. I bet.
Yeah, not.
No,
Yeah, you're not. No, I didn't.
We probably sound like we have accents.
Yeah, I'm sure we sound accenting, but no, I didn't. I thought you might be from up north of us, but
But
I
not.
didn't. I didn't know Canada.
Yeah, I am pretty easy to figure out, Lori. Yeah, I'm in Canada, New Brunswick, on the Atlantic coast, and right beside Maine. So if anybody wants a geography
nice.
lesson, I don't live in an igloo.
Well, we don't live in teepees here in Oklahoma. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who think
Yeah.
they come back home and they're going to see teepees.
But anyway, so that's just an idea, and I wrote this. So that was the question that one of my viewers had asked me. They wanted to know about my rain catchment and water catchment and all that sort of thing. So I happened to be fooling around in this inspiration thing and found that and started typing in a bunch of stuff that is from my own lived experience, right? And then once it got tweaked and I typed in that box what I wanted it to say, then it spat back out something that made a little bit more sense to me,
Right.
and something that I could work with, right? So then
Right.
I ended up saving it. So that's what I mean when it comes to people that have a real difficult time coming up with ideas. Well, if that's the case, then utilize a tool that YouTube is already giving you,
That's
right?
true.
To use, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel sometimes when it's already there for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But
That's true.
having said that, if you've got something that's working well for you, it might be worth it to do a test and see, and that's something it's interesting to me because I feel like I need to do a test of that.
Well, I did do a test on a couple of their thumbnails, and I got some feedback from my viewers, and it wasn't good.
So
No,
you tested it, and they didn't like your viewers didn't like your thumbnail.
no, the viewers didn't like the thumbnail at all. As a matter of fact, my views went way down.
So
On the thumbnails.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
but I don't like if I'm searching around looking for a topic, it's pretty easy to decipher whether something's YouTube generated. Like if I click on a video, I can even tell if the speaker is actually using a AI generated voice.
Yep.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
If you're, and that's like, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe I'm going to really be putting my foot in my mouth here. But when it comes to me, and I subscribe to a lot of channels, and I'm like you, Johnny, I watch a lot of videos when I'm feeling up to it. Lately, I've been a little bit under the weather, just energy wise. But anyway, if I'm going to tune into a homesteading channel or a gardening channel or something along those lines, let's just use a gardening channel as an example. They're taking me around and we're touring their garden, and I'm seeing their garden beds and things like that for about 5 or 6 minutes. And then all of a sudden they say, well, thanks for joining me today. Sit back and enjoy your tea or your coffee, and watch the video. But the remainder of the video is nothing but a photographed loop of their pictures of their flowers, and it's just music in the background. I'm not staying. I'm sorry.
Right.
I came to your channel to listen to you talk about gardening. I didn't come to your channel to watch a loop of flowers that you're not even telling me anything about the flowers.
Right.
Or people will do a voiceover. They'll do a video and they'll do a voiceover with an AI generated voice. And I'm like, that's not you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know. Some people have this fear. And I will say that you should probably touch on this subject, Johnny, especially people that are over 40, 50, let's say over 50. People over 50 have this massive fear of getting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
They do. They don't want to talk. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to show their face. All they want to do is just record.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, you can make that work for you. You really can.
You can, I
There
suppose.
are channels that are like ASMR type channels where you never hear them say a word. You never hear them do. All you do is you see, and you don't necessarily see them. You see what they're working on. And me, I watch things that are somebody is working on something,
Yeah.
somebody is fixing something, somebody is solving a problem. That's everything that I watch. You can lose me in the talk. You really can. If I can see you doing something, then I'm stuck. I'll watch because I'm seeing the process.
Right.
I've got that kind of a mind.
Right.
So we
So
have found a new channel.
my podcast videos wouldn't be for you then, because all I do is sit here and talk,
Well, so,
unless it's a topic that you're
But see, there
interested
is,
in,
but
right?
like he always says, there's a saddle for every seat, you know, or
Right. Right.
there's a butt for every seat.
yeah, there. However
There's
he
a butt
says it.
for every seat,
So
and that's why I tell everybody that there's a butt for every seat. So
Right.
whatever you do, there is an audience. You can't say that there's billions of people on this earth, and YouTube is all over the world.
Yeah.
That there's not, a couple of thousand people that won't watch your video. You know what I mean?
There's billions of people out there that are doing these auto-dubbed AI voiceover, and I mean, they've
I don't
got
know how they do.
thousands and
I don't like
thousands
that.
of subscribers,
Yeah.
right? Because they
Mhm.
they try to they come subscribe to me and they want me to go subscribe to them. And that's the other thing. Like, I mean, sometimes that's a totally different subject, but some people have
Sub for
this,
sub.
yeah, they have this
Yeah.
image in their mind that they have this thought, and a really good friend of mine actually thinks this way. They don't want somebody subbing to their channel unless that person is subbing is actually interested in watching their content. Period. Don't sub to me unless you want to be here watching.
Right.
content,
Right.
right?
Because that's gonna hurt your channel.
Right.
That'll hurt your channel.
But
Yeah.
I think of it slightly different. Like, I'm a little bit like you, Johnny, when it comes to you're trying to achieve, like you broke it down into 3 categories. You've got the shorts people, you've got the regular subscribers that's watching the auction and the farming stuff, and then you've got I don't know, what did you say? The long format?
I got what we call the community. The people
Right.
who just
Like
know
our
me.
lives, too.
They just know me. They've seen me at a meetup. They've seen me on a live or something like that, and they thought, well, that's cool, and then they sub, but they don't watch, because I do a lot of stuff in lives where I'll say, you remember that time where I did that, and they have no idea what I'm even talking about.
They're gaffing. Yeah.
So I'm like, it's really, they're subscribers, and we appreciate all of our subscribers, of
Yes,
course, we always
absolutely.
do. But then there are subscribers who watch, and we've got a few subscribers that watch everything we put out. And I have talked about fan channels in the past on here. And a fan channel is a channel that can literally put up a video of paint drying or grass growing, and they'll have thousands of fans that will sit there and watch that and just be happy to be there. And they are fan channels.
Fans, yeah.
And then there are channels like mine that is absolutely not a fan channel. I know there's going to be a couple of people out there say, I'm your fan, I'm your fan. No, that's not what I'm getting at. A fan channel is one that, or not a fan channel, is I can actually bomb a video. I can put out a good video today, and I can literally put out a video tomorrow that will absolutely bomb. I mean, I can do it. I know how to do it. I can just make the I know what people want to watch and what people don't want to watch. And it's the reason why I've had to kind of break the channel into different segments and stuff like that. Like I try to put out, if I put a video out during
No
the
lying,
week,
Bill.
if I put a video out during the week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, if I put out a video like then, it's mainly for the subscribers.
Right.
It's literally a people who like Danny and who like Elmer and
Yeah.
who like stuff like that. If I
Like
put a video,
Yeah, I can see Christine's point of view too, though, and I can see my friend's point of view. So if you're getting all these subs, right, and they're not actually, it's sub for sub. So they sub to you, you go sub to them, and that's sort of how I think about it. I think of my sub, if their content is something that I would watch, I'm happy to sub to their channel if they've given me their sub as well. That's generally what I do. But if I go to their channel and it's let's say it's a Korean cooking channel and I can't understand a bloody thing that they're saying, then I don't subscribe to it. And I'm happy to have them unsubscribe to me because I'll never go there. But if it's somebody, let's say, I don't know, an outdoorsy type of channel or something like that, I don't know, maybe they, believe it or not, I do watch trapping videos. No idea why. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. But anyway, let's just say it's a trapping person. They subscribe to me. I go subscribe to them. They once in a while watch some of my videos. I once in a while watch some of theirs. It's a happy relationship. But my friend wants, you know, that's not the way she wants it to be. She wants it to be,
She wants
they're
them
there to
know that
watch.
they want to be there. Yeah.
And I agree that, down the road that would, but I don't think that that's realistic. I don't think that you can have everybody that's sub to you does not watch all of your content all
No.
of the time. Absolutely, they do
Right.
not. And I can bring up my analytics to prove it, right?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
definitely can. And I mean, a lot of the videos that I put out, I mean, even the people that come and leave comments and stuff like that, I mean, I can tell by my analytics. I mean, maybe it was a 15 or 20-minute video, and I'd be lucky to get an average, let's say, I don't know, 7-8 minutes.
Mhm.
I'm faring
That
okay.
would actually be pretty good.
That's if you can get
If
8
you
minutes.
if you can hang somebody for 8 minutes on a video, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
And
But like my
Well,
last video, it was like eight minutes. I mean, that's pretty fast, right? I mean, 8 minutes
yeah,
and 20 seconds. But
yeah.
my analytics on it showed that it was like the longest. I mean, I think it was like 3 minutes and
Right.
30 seconds that kept their attention. I was like,
And
okay, I
I've
don't have what they want to see.
and I've had some of those too, and I'm sure people are skipping through them, and and sometimes too, like they're on breaks and maybe they've saved it to watch later.
Mhm.
I don't think that as a YouTube channel or creator that we can't get to the point where we're taking it personal. Do you know what I mean?
right.
Because when you start doing that, then it's really going to nag at you and it's going to hurt your feelings and all that kind of thing. And I don't look at it like that. I figure if I've got 5 minutes of their time or 10 minutes of their time, then I'm happy with that. I'm content with that. I mean, of course, I'd like to get to 4,000 watch hours or whatever, like everybody wants to get to. I'm not there yet, but God willing, I will be.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what this whole thing's about. And I'm
It's a
glad, and
long
I'm absolutely happy that you came up and brought up that
Mhm.
inspiration thing, because I've seen it up there in the corner. And, when I click on it, it asks me if I want to, load it and all this stuff, because
Oh,
I've
well, you
never.
just got to play around with it and type in that little box. And I
Yeah.
haven't used it for a while, obviously, as you guys could see. But anyway, I did save a couple of ideas to come back to them at a later date. And I think that that's something that, especially since you're starting this series, and obviously people are really enjoying you talking about this stuff. And the other thing, I really do think that people feel a lot of fear and a lot of intimidation to just start, just to get going, right?
Yeah.
And so that would be a good topic, and that would be something that you could test out and the inspiration thing.
Absolutely, because I've never really had a problem talking in front of people or anything like that. And you really don't strike me as a person who does either.
Oh, I absolutely do not. I could talk all day long.
so
I,
and Christine, she's the same way. And
yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with her background because, uh, work backgrounds, et cetera, what we had to do during that time. But, and I have seen the folks out in the chat. I've seen the folks who say that they have a hard time. They were terrified to start a YouTube channel and to actually use the camera and stuff like. And I even saw Dakota say that he has a hard time. Like if he went to an auction, he would have a hard time videoing because he would be worried about what everybody thinks.
Mm.
Well, you know what I think whenever I'm at an auction? I think
I don't care what you think.
I go, I don't really care.
Oh, there you go.
I've had people that will get in
What
my.
is that? What is that?
That is what
That's-
I wear whenever I'm at the auction. So this thing is
That's
on my
his
chest.
GoPro course, and then
That's
this
my
is
GoPro.
Oh,
And
you're
I just
gonna
walk around with my hands like that, and it's
You're gonna
videoing
have-
everything
it has
I
a
see.
stabilizer in it.
And
That's
so,
really neat.
so
It's heavy though with that.
and
I worked today a little bit.
so
Is it?
yeah, and I walk around, and the kids look at me like I'm an alien. The adults look at me like an alien. Some of them ask me what I'm doing. I say, I'm videoing this for YouTube, so somebody who wasn't here can
See,
enjoy
I'm
it.
looking at all the comments right now, and I'm very shy. I deal with people all day long. Being on screen scares me. I'm going to tell you how I got over it. Believe it or not, okay, here's my tripod right here. Here's my camera, and it's not the same. Me sitting here talking to Christine and Johnny is not the same as talking to this bloody thing.
I agree.
Right? I find it awkward talking to that thing. It's a black box to me. Right? I can laugh with you guys. I've got an instant reaction, and we can chat back and forth. It's like an instant talking. And that thing, I feel like I'm talking to myself. So I think the biggest thing that helped me is actually the fact that I do absolutely no editing. And whatever I record, mistakes and all, I roll with it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've made all kinds of mistakes. I can go back to videos that I made 6 months ago, and I'll be thinking, in my brain, trying to remember what's that YouTube formula.
It's a excellent
It's a
book.
very, very good book.
Is it a
There's
good
a
book?
lot of big channels that have.
But I'm kind of I'm over that now. Like I've got that behind my belt, and now I just do my thing. And I think of it as I'm talking to one of my besties, or I'm explaining something to my grandson, or I'm explaining something to my daughters, and it seems so much easier. So if people in the chat could only do that, talk to the camera as if you were talking to your next door neighbor or your coworker or your mom or dad or your family or friends, and you'll notice a big difference. And don't edit out the mistakes, and you'll watch it back. Like you said, Johnny, always watch your videos. I recommend that. Always, always, always.
Watch them before you put them out.
Oh, I always do. I mean, when I
just
upload it,
six times is how many times I watch a video before I put it out.
Well, I watch it once. I watch it once on my computer when I upload it, and then I watch it once on YouTube. And okay, so here's a little trick. So when you upload it onto YouTube, I upload it and it's unlisted, right? So once it gets uploaded and they go through their whole thing, then I click on the button to watch on YouTube. So then I can go watch it on YouTube. And while I'm there watching it on YouTube, I can at that time put in a pinned comment. I put in a comment and then I pin it there. And usually it's, I don't know, let me go see what I say on my last video. Here we go. Seed germination. See what it says. Oh, no. It won't tell me on there because I'm not on my channel. Anyway, I recommend that every single person that does a video always have a pinned comment, always. And I said on my pinned comments, thank you all for your support. I'll be back soon. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my return. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. It means the world to me, with a little heart and whatever. And people don't necessarily read the description, but they'll see that pinned comment. And the pinned comment, there's 3 little dots over beside each message. And if you click on that, after you've typed in after you're watching the video, as you're listening to it, you type in your comment. And I don't type it in, I usually copy and paste it, right? It's usually the same one, and sometimes I alter it a little bit. And then on those 3 dots, it says unpin, edit, or delete. And I put one of those in every single time, because people don't necessarily, so if there's something really important in the description that you want them to see, then bring it down and put it in that pinned comment, or just a little comment or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. It's 11:30 here.
Hey, I appreciate you so much coming in, Krista. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. It was nice chatting, and thank you for answering all the questions that I have in chat. I only jumped in because I can't stand typing so much.
Right. You know, it's like me. It's like when people get into a text thing with me on the phone, I just start dialing. I'm like,
oh yeah, my
hello?
kids. I know exactly. I'm like, pick up the phone every once in a while. I'm not much of a texter, and I just noticed here though, like I'm not familiar with doing lives, and this is probably something I should know more about. It says up here on the top, stream this to your audience.
Right.
So
yeah,
I
you could
have been doing that.
You could have been co-streaming it, yes. And then
then
your folks would see that, and then they would come in. The only thing that happens whenever you co-stream is they can't see the entire chat. Like they can't see the folks that are in this chat right here. They will see the folks who are in your chat. So if you've got 5 people in your chat, or 25 people, or 40 people, whatever, they won't see. Like right now we got 35 in here. They won't see the 35 that are in this one.
I see. Right.
They will only
I've
see
seen that, yeah, on other lives that I've been to before. So I don't come to that many lives.
And what would have to happen then is people would have to, like the whoever's hosting, like myself, to be, and Amy of Leonard Mountain is very, very good at this, is going down through there and just highlighting every single comment, so that everybody that is co-streaming and stuff like that can actually see what is being said. That way they're not lost. Yeah. Whenever we start talking about, hey, how are you doing out there? And we address somebody and they go, I can't see that. Where are you seeing that at? And stuff. But yes, you can co-stream it. You can gather watch hours from that. And it's one of those things where those folks will go, oh, I might want to watch that channel too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know there was a few people that joined my channel. I'm going to say probably about 2.5 months ago. And they just get out of like YouTube, what I call YouTube University. Anyway, they're a group of people, and they're kind of they're into this what do you call it, Johnny, where they're all belonging to each other, and they follow each other, and they watch each other's stuff. It's kind of like the circuit. They're in the circuit, right? Yeah. And so they discovered lives. And I mean, they're wonderful people, and they were actually able to get to 1,000 subscribers in less than 3 months. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them were. And I thought that was pretty cool. I don't have the patience, I don't think, to sit there and do, in their case, I mean, they're literally doing a live every single day. And I don't have the patience to sit in for 2 hours, nor the time to sit for 2 hours every single day in order to get my watch hours up and my sub count up, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
agree with that.
we don't, like I've never co-streamed a video or a live. I've never co-streamed off anybody else or anything like that because I'm just saying a lot of people do it to keep their watch hours up and stuff like that because it does help. It would help your watch hours if you were co-streaming, but we've never really had any kind of an hour problem. I've never even thought of it. And so we just go with whoever's got the live. If I pop in, I just pop in. That way everybody in the chat can see me, and everything that, it's there and stuff like that. And so, but that's just me. That's me. And I don't want to put that on anybody else. Everybody else can do what they want to do and stuff like that. It's just, and I asked Christine the other day, I said, are we always going to do lives, are we going to get to a point where we don't do lives? Are we going to, and I'm not saying we're quitting lives, guys. So nobody out there in the chat go, the Gillum said they're not going to go live anymore. No, that's not what I said. I said, is there ever going to be a point where we're just doing so much, videoing and editing and stuff like that we just kind of not live?
Well, the other thing too is that I don't want to get to the point where we're not recognizing people in the chat. That really bothers me.
Yeah.
Because
and that would be a thing for me too, Christine, because I was in a car accident 10 years ago and I had a brain injury and it affected my short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
And it concentration. And I mean, I've healed so much in 10 years, of course, but I find it really difficult for me to multitask, talking to the screen, looking at the chat. Now, if I had this live streaming to my own audience, that would be a whole separate chat I'd have to be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, I was on a Christian channel, I'm going to say about 3 weeks ago, and I went on to their live, and I couldn't actually, the chat was moving so fast that I couldn't follow it, right? And I just thought, no, I can't do that because I was losing the concentration talking to the host. So I just didn't even watch it. I closed it. I just maximized the actual video screen, and so that I could just see them and talk to them one-on-one. So, but I think that down the road, especially with the podcast, because I can see where I would like to develop that a little bit more. And I think you would be really good at that, actually, Johnny. I mean, you have a very friendly demeanor, both of you guys, and it's so easy to do a podcast. I mean, I could walk you through that in a heartbeat someday.
Yes, and I've actually been on a podcast or two with Dale and stuff like that in the past, and that might be something for the future. I'm not going to rule it out at all.
But I would like to learn how to do the live streaming so that I could actually bring on guests myself, or multiple guests, and down the road. I'm not talking about anytime soon or anything like that. And then one of my gardening buddies wants to start something together, and but the thing is that individual wants to do something like on like what you guys are doing on an ongoing basis. And I have to think about that. Because I'm the type of person that if I commit to something, I commit to it. And I don't and sometimes with my health and having fibromyalgia and orthopedic issues and things like that, sometimes pain, and lately I've been dealing with a lot of concentration and just no energy, and that's a fibromyalgia thing, and it usually affects me every winter. This particular winter, it affected me really hard. So if I'm going to commit to something, I don't want to have to back out of it because of that reason. Right?
Right.
Yeah, it is a big commitment.
It is a big commitment. And a lot of people do it, like you guys are doing it, what, every week?
We do.
We do Thursday night at 5 o'clock. It's 5
Yeah.
Central Time,
Yeah.
and that's called Homestead Hangout. We're the kickoff for that. We go 1 hour, and then we do every other Saturday for however long it goes, from 7 o'clock to however long it goes.
Right.
Like tonight.
And I
And
should have remembered that because I've been on your guys' hangouts.
Yeah.
I've been there, and I've been to Amy and Leonard Mountain, and I've done the gamut, but I'm not a big live person.
Yeah. Well, and that's why that's what we say. I think it's important as a YouTuber to do all three. You do
Yeah.
lives, you do shorts, and you do long videos because there's an audience for all three of those, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
think, and so you're hitting it on all three. Is my thoughts about that.
that's an excellent point, actually. And somebody actually mentioned that a few weeks ago, and the channels that I just mentioned to you guys that just started like literally 3 or 4 months ago, that are now over 1,000 subs and did it, like in 3 month period. They are really good at lives. So if you find that little niche and you're really good at something, then you should be sticking to it. Like
Yeah.
if you're really good at shorts, then you should be sticking to it. Or like instead of long format videos, shorter format videos.
Mhm.
If that's your cup of tea, then that works for you. You should stick to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is we try to get to a point like the whole thing about this is, having fun for one thing, but then the other thing is the monetization side of it. And some people don't realize you can make money on shorts. I mean, I've got shorts that have made, upwards of $600 or $700, but the thing is you really start getting into the monetization side of it whenever you can hold them in a long video long enough to get, over the 8 minute mark, and you can hold enough people there. That's whenever, you start seeing the actual money daily, like every day. Like a lot of people are trying to get to $100 a month. I know many channels that their deal is to get to $100.
Right.
And it takes them, and some of them will take, it might take 3 months to get to $100 or whatever. Well, the goal for Gillum Farms is, I want to hit, every day I want to see $50, right now. And next year, every day I'm going to want to see $100. So, and we're at that point, we see over, and on day 2, we're over $100, so, and it's growing like that. And that's what I want for other people. I want other people to experience that. And that's the reason why I'm even, trying to do this.
Well, that sounds good. I would like to be there.
Well,
so let me give you this example of my last short that I did, which was basically, what did I say? 14 seconds. So I got 47,576 views. My watch time hours are 98 hours.1.
Yeah.
And I gained 50 subscribers from it.
Yeah.
I don't know really too much. So my impressions were 803, and my impression click-through rate was 3.6.
Yeah. So whenever you, how long did you hold them in that short?
Whoops, let me get out of here. Stayed to watch 65.6%.
65.6%.
Yeah.
And you said that was like grandkids, are they?
Yeah, it was my grandson that basically learned how to climb up on a chair. Baby Miles, first climb. Watch him conquer the chair.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Well, that's awesome.
Anyway,
so
what would that equate to if I were monetized? What would 90-hour watch hours and a 14-second short do for me?
Well, shorts are a lot different. And whenever I'm talking about, like, let me go find one. How many views did you have on that one?
Probably nowhere near as many as you get.
No, I mean, I'm just going to find a short that's got comparable.
Um,
I'll just go find a comparable.
47.5. 47.5.
Okay, so let me find a short that's comparable here. Okay, I got one that I put out. Let's see here.
About $2 apparently in the chat.
Well, we'll see, because it makes it, you know, everybody's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Well, $2 is better than nothing. It's like half a cup of coffee.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
No, I'm not monetized. No.
I'm trying to find one that's just right at that number. I'm gonna have to find one that's like,
I'm not monetized
I might
either.
have to put one that's like 50 or
But
something.
I'm getting close. I did a video because one of my subscribers on my own channel was asking me about that. And the beginning of January, I put out a video where I had, at the time, I believe it was, I'm going to say about 530 subscribers at the time. And I
Mhm.
had 820 watch hours, and that was the beginning of January. And then I revamped my entire channel,
Mhm.
and I went back 90 some videos. I changed most of the title names. I added hashtags. I changed all the descriptions and the back end keywords like you were talking about. I literally spent weeks, like 2 weeks, revamping the entire channel and putting in the end, at the, what do they call them? The end,
The in card or something like
end
that.
cards, right? So I put all the end cards in, and I linked in playlists, and I went into my playlist descriptions. I changed all those descriptions. I gave them all new. I organized everything. So by the end of January, I updated the viewers because that was one of my questions on the podcast. And at the end of January, I went from 530 subscribers to about 640 in less than a 30-day period. And my watch time hours went from 820 watch time hours to just over 1,200 in a 30-day period.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm at I'm almost 2,000 watch time hours that I've got in.
That's great.
Here's an example one. It's this one's got 57,000 views on it. And it's a
Oh,
short.
I got to
and
blow it up here so I can see
and-
it. I'm getting old here.
and it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it brought $16.56.
Okay.
So
And look at that, you gained 76 subscribers as well.
right.
Neat.
And so
Oh, did I lose you? Hello?
yeah, that was a rookie deal right there.
Did you hear me? I don't know what happened.
I didn't. Did you
Oh.
say it? Did you say it was your show now?
I'm not even on the screen. I just see a car.
Yeah, let me get this back the way it's supposed to be. All right. So yeah, I'm back. But anyway, so shorts it depends upon like how long the short is and how long you hold them.
Yeah.
That short I held them for 120% of the time. So
Wow.
they actually watched it and
Yeah.
then started watching it again.
Right.
So
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you hold them the full amount of the time and then it goes beyond the amount of time, then you actually make more money off of it. And that's why it's so hard to go, well, my video did this, and so my video is probably the same as that, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it'd be like a long form video. If you had a long form video and somebody watched, say, my video, they watched my video for an average of 3 minutes and 50 seconds, but I had, say, 100,000 views on it, but they only watched it for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and you had one that had, say, 5,000 views, and they watched it for 27 minutes, and it's only a 32-minute video, then you would make more money than I would having a lot more views.
Right.
So you need to keep them in there, and that's the reason why I say you gotta hold them.
So I just brought up a different analytics graph, and
Uh-huh.
even though they stayed to watch, so 65.6% of the people stayed to watch. The
Mm-hmm.
average view duration was 14 seconds,
Uh-huh.
and the average percentage viewed was 106.1%.
There you go. So
Yeah,
that's what you want. You want them to view over 100% of the short.
right.
If you find your shorts are not getting, and this is a perfect deal for everybody out there. This is perfect. I'm glad we went to this. We got to it accidentally, but here we are.
Here we are. Okay,
Look
I
at
gotta
your
bring it back.
analytics on your shorts
Yeah,
and make sure that people are watching that short completely through. You want to get 100% of your short watched, because if your short's not watched 100%, do something about it. Shorten the short, change something, make it,
Change the title.
whatever you've got to do, make it to where they watch 100% of that short. So,
See, I never noticed that. Like this one got 116.7%.
right,
So
116.7%.
that means they went back and cool.
Yeah, they watched it more than 100%.
times.
If you got a 15-second short and you're getting an average of 70% of your short, that means you need to work on something, because the earning potentials aren't as good on that short as they are on, the one that somebody watches 120% or 116% or 103% or whatever.
Mhm.
You want them to go all the way through it and actually start it over again. And
Right.
that's the reason why some people put shorts on that you can't tell where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it starts looping,
Oh,
and whenever it does, you think it's still, something is still getting ready to happen. Something's still
yeah,
getting ready to happen,
yeah.
and they'll it's a trick. There's a trick to that.
There's another tip that I was given, and it really, really makes sense too. And I'm trying to think of the word. I think that I don't think the word is homegrown, but when you're creating a title, you should never ever put a year in it. And the reason you shouldn't put a year in it is because that year, so let's say we're fast forward to 2026 and you've got a video that says something about 2025, the algorithm is not going to promote that because it's old news. So you
Right.
should never put a year in your title or anything like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too. Let me see if I can find something on that here.
Anyway, it's not called homegrown.
Well, there's ones called evergreens.
Evergreen. It's not an evergreen video. So if you put a date on it, it's not considered an evergreen video, which means that repeat so viewers that down the road in 6 months' time would be attracted to that video because it's not past tense, right?
Right.
So, like, for instance, let's just say, I don't know, let's just say I decided to put out a yeast fertilizer video and I'm going to fertilize my vegetable garden. Well, if I say yeast fertilizer, huge success, I don't know, fall 2025. That's a terrible title. You don't want to do that. You just want to leave the date off of it, and and then next year if somebody's searching, the search engine optimization and they type in yeast fertilizer, then my video will come up,
Right.
or may come up, but it's generally not going to come up if I have that 2025 in there.
Right.
Because I see a lot of people, they will put dates on their titles, and it's not a good thing to do.
Right. And I have actually done that in the past. I've actually put dates in there like July of this year, et cetera,
Right.
et cetera.
Yep.
And you're right. But some of them actually, it's really weird. I got one that just kept getting views, even though it was like 2 years out.
Huh.
And
but that's the nice thing too, Johnny, about our videos. Like back in January, I was telling you that I went and I changed a bunch of titles and descriptions and everything on 90 some videos. And actually, after I did that, I didn't actually finish that story. I did end up getting over 100 views. And I did the math with everybody because I tallied up all of my watch hours. And I went video by video by video. This is how many watch hours I got on this video. I put out, I think, 5 of them that month. And this is how many I got on this. And I subtracted it or whatever. And also one of my viewers had asked me to do a playlist, basically listing all of my videos in there, which I did do. So now when I create a video, that video automatically goes into a playlist that I have called whatever, from beginning to present.
Yeah. So you have a master list.
I have a master list, and people are actually watching that. They actually asked me for that, which is why I created it. And I have videos all the time. Like I have videos that are being watched. I do actually have a lot of yeast fertilizer videos, and I'm just going to go under there. The thing about playlists too, that's a really interesting thing. So now that we're talking here, I said I was going to go. So I have 7 videos under my fertilizer and healthy soil playlist. So I'm going to click on my analytics right now. And so according to this, my total views are down. Watch time hours. Okay. Hold on. Let me go here. So this one particular, I'm going to go under my analytics. And so August 4th, last year, I did a video called Applying Yeast Fertilizer. Within the last 48 hours, I've had 48 views on that video. Now, if I would have put Applying Yeast Fertilizer 2024 or Fall 2024, then it wouldn't be considered evergreen, right?
Right.
And then within the last 48 hours, yeast fertilizer, huge success, 28 views on that one.
Right.
Another one, Game Changer, yeast fertilizer, August 8th, 2024, 6 views. So that goes to show you that when you use words, I guess, that are search engine optimization, SEO, and hashtags, and you do some of the work, then it can pay off, even though it was like last year's stuff.
And that's the thing that I like. It's the long game. YouTube is, I can just like now. I'm not going to take credit for this, but you know who Mr. Beast is?
Yeah.
He's like one of the 3 top YouTubers in the country or in the world. This is not him. This is Daryl Eves, but he's got a preface in this book, and he says, that it's a marathon, not a sprint, for one thing. And and I like to tell everybody, if something sounds too good to be true on YouTube, then it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
You need to play the long game. Everybody should put out, at least 100 videos. You need to go back and watch your videos, see how you've improved over time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then work on your next 100 videos. you
Yep.
know, and continuously improve.
Yeah.
And you'll get to the point to where you absolutely can't watch your first videos because of improvement, because practice makes perfect. So you continuously practicing whenever you're making videos. And so I take that to heart. I try to make almost every video, I try to make it a little bit better than the last video somehow. Now, I'm not saying that I do it all the time, because I've got some past videos that I've got one past video I cannot understand at all. It's called Change, and Dale out there in will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a short video. It's like 6 minutes long, and it's called Change. And Change to me is like the ultimate video that I've ever made. And you know what? It's got like 300 views since I put it out. But I will watch that video over and over and over myself. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
your view
one of those that
your view doesn't count.
I know, but I'm just saying I will watch it because I enjoy it. I mean, if you watch your video and you enjoy it,
Yeah.
that's like that's really
Yeah.
simple, because
I don't think I've ever
Dale's agreeing with me.
I'm gonna have to go watch it. What's it called?
Change.
Change. I'm gonna have to go watch it now.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't get
actually it's actually on this channel. It's
Yeah,
because I've got another channel called Gillum Farms Outdoors and More.
I know. I got them both at it.
And but the Gillum Farms Outdoors and More, I started putting my racing stuff in it.
Yep.
But Change was such a good video that I put it on the Gillum Farms channel. And to me, like I said, it's one of those deals where whenever I have a funeral, I hope they play it in a loop. So
Well,
I'm
that's
just,
good. It's good to have videos like that, right?
yeah. I mean, it's just one of the things that I consider it, one of the better videos that I've made, and it's
Did you go
because of the
back?
editing and the
Did you go?
music and the
Did you go
whole
back
nine
and do
yards.
any tweaks at all to it?
Huh?
Did you go back and tweak it at all? The
No.
description or
Nope. I'm
no?
not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I have not messed with it. I thought about killing it on the actual Gillum Farms channel and putting it over on Outdoors and More, and changing it all up and stuff. Like naming it different and stuff like that, to see if it got more traction over there. But like I'm really not trying to grow that channel.
Right.
Gillum Farms Outdoors and More is basically just a place where I put things that really don't fit on Gillum Farms, and it's my artistic side. I want to put something out about it, but I really don't want to put it on Gillum Farms because I think the algorithm's going to go, So I put it over there,
Yeah.
where it doesn't matter if it goes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, and you made a really good point earlier when you were talking about the algorithm, and I mean, you do something, and then all of a sudden, the algorithm puts you way over here, right? I've
yep,
done that myself with my own channel. Probably for the first, I don't know, I'm going to say 9 months of my channel, even though I periodically talked about living off grid and having built this tiny home that I'm living in right now, I didn't really promote my channel that way.
yep,
So therefore, the algorithm wasn't seeing me that way. They were only seeing me as a gardener, I don't know, preservatives, that sort of thing, cooking. Even though I talked about it a little bit, I didn't promote it in my channel description, in my tags, in my hashtags, none of that stuff.
yep,
And so then I made the change, and and that was the one thing that I made the change with in the beginning of January, maybe the end of December, I started working on it. And that's what I think one of the things, not only the 120 new subscribers that I got in the month of January, but also taking my watch hours from 820 watch hours to almost 12.
yep.
I think that was the big reason why,
Yeah.
because I finally made it a cohesive channel.
Right.
So I can do, and I think it took me all that time to figure out in my brain that I can go do gardening, I can do preservatives, I can do cooking, I can still be off grid, I can still be a homestead. I can still do all. If I want to get into worm farming, I can do that too. If
Yeah.
I wanted to go buy a goat or a cow, which I won't,
Yeah.
or a pig, I could do that too, but I'm not going to, right? And
Yeah.
I think that once you, and only you can come to that realization. I mean, you can talk to other people that are kind enough to be able to give you constructive criticism.
Right.
And I've often done that myself with other people in conversations and things like that, talking about their videos. They might ask me a question. My only problem with giving constructive criticism is that I'm really blunt.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't. I mean, I don't know. I've lived 75% of my life. I don't have a whole lot of time left to pussyfoot around the subject.
You're right.
You know what I mean? You got to just put it out and put it out in a nice, loving way. And sometimes people don't necessarily warm up to the truth all that well. It might take them a couple weeks and then finally they figure it out. But you might have burnt your bridges by then. I don't know. But
Right.
anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes. And I know exactly, because I've had people actually ask me about.
I can't. Oh, I got a question in the comments here. You see it? Oh,
Uh,
it's gone now. Yeah. Why not buy a pig, a goat, or a cow?
yeah. It's right there.
Yeah, because I can't. I physically I can't care for them. I have mobility issues. I have fibromyalgia and need ankle replacements and different things like that. And especially in the wintertime here in Canada, it gets really brutal cold,
Hmm.
and sometimes there are days that will go by, even a week, unless the snow is calling my name, like to go out and shovel or snow
Right.
blow. I don't even go outside.
Right.
So you have to tend. Like I used to have chickens. I had 14 chickens. And you have to bring them feed. You got to give them feed. You got to turn their, lights on. You've got to bring them water every day. You got to collect the eggs. And so I had to give them up, which was a sad day that day because I really, really liked having chickens.
Right. Right. And me and Bill have kind of went back and forth on that. We were talking about the first one to give me constructive criticism. I am horrible. If you ask me what I think you should do with your video, I'm going to tell you what I think you should do with your video.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and
Right.
it's my opinion. Whether or not you do anything that I say with the video or anything, that's all on you, and that's great. Um, but if somebody comes up and says, "Hey, Johnny, what do you think I should do with this video?" And then they tell me that, I get the video link and I go watch it, I'm going to tell them exactly what I think. And Kelly, it's not rude if you're blunt, if you're just basically, they're asking you a question. And I don't think it does anybody any good to tell them, "Oh man, that's the best thing I ever saw. Oh, that's fantastic," and then you're going, you know, you're just
Yeah.
you're not
I call
you're
that.
not doing them any help
Right.
whatsoever.
Right.
So, um, so and I'm the same way. If somebody wants to tell me what my videos are doing, I've taken people's suggestions. I think Brian of the Vineyard Farmhouse actually almost gave me my entire title for one of my videos, and I used it, and it worked out well and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um, but it's kind of like he said, "Hey, on one of your videos, you should try this," and I said, "Hey, Brian, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. It's and I did it.
Oh,
And
that
I
makes sense.
actually
Yep.
shouted him out in the video, and stuff like that. But if you're just yes manning someone, you're not helping them to grow, I guess you'd say.
Well, sometimes, okay, let me backtrack. Sometimes I give comments when they're not asked for. And you know why I do that, Johnny? I do that because I'm like you in a sense. I really want to see them succeed. I really like them as a person, but I try to do it really nice in a nice way, like in the comments or something like this. Like I seen a video today. I mean, honest to gosh, I was getting motion sickness because the person was walking around and I swear they were doing this with their phone. And I
Yep.
had to click off of the video. Now, if I ever get an opportunity to leave a comment, and I have left comments like that, maybe don't move so quickly,
Yeah.
right? And then I had somebody else that I used to watch, and they, those driving videos where they're, I don't know, they're doing DoorDash or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like this person. They came out and they said, what do you think of my new setup? And they have it mounted on their head.
Yeah.
So this is just a pet peeve of mine, and because I was in this car accident, I have a little bit of a phobia about driving, so I really have a difficult time driving in the passenger seat. I always have to be the driver.
Right.
So with these cams in a vehicle, typically they got you on the visor and you're in the passenger seat, right? So this particular time, he was wearing me. I was in the driver's seat. I was above his head.
Yeah.
So, but what he was doing this really fast.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was getting whiplash.
Yeah. In-car video, I think that there is an actual camera that works pretty well for that. And I don't know if it's the Osmo or what, but it does the 360.
Yeah.
And you can make it go very slow and stuff like that. I want to get one of those, but I've actually got.
Yeah, he needs to slow it down just a tad because it was making me feel sick.
But actually, whenever I video in the car, I video from behind me.
Oh, okay. That would
So
be,
I put the
yeah,
camera so you see
what you're
behind
saying.
from behind me.
Yeah,
So you see both front seats. You see, like the back, because usually I'm racing.
right.
So you're looking out so you
I, I, I,
see.
I was with you in one of your races.
so that's where I usually, but I got a new, and I don't have it in here, I got to find it, but I've got a new lens that I can actually put on my camera that I can put in front of me, kind of filming toward me.
Yeah,
And the lens is one of those super view lenses. So not only would you see me, but you would see my hand on the shifter way down here. You would see my hand on the steering wheel. You'll see the guy in the other lane over there.
neat.
Uh, M,
Yes,
you
yes,
know what else
there's
follows you?
a 360 camera that follows
A
you.
GoPro 13 will follow you.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a 13 GoPro, and
yeah,
it has a follow you mode.
yeah.
So,
I need to
good
find
night,
something like
Andy.
that. I don't like when I'm going and doing my garden tours and things like that outside. I don't necessarily like this here tripod. These legs right here
Yeah,
will actually they'll scrunch in. I just undo this up here and it'll be like a stick. It'll be like a selfie stick.
yeah.
But then if I'm outside, the thing about it, it's pretty neat. This thing here extends to
Hmm.
5 feet.
Yeah, I've got one just like it.
I really like it,
Yeah,
except for it's kind of top heavy if there's any little bit of a wind out there.
you're
That's
right.
about the that's about the only problem with it. But that's an excellent idea. I think that would be pretty cool for you to get something like that. Yeah.
Well, what I want is I want people to see the guy in the other lane. I want them to see me. I want to see them see me shifting, see me, doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
And but we're supposed to go racing not this weekend, but I think maybe it's next weekend. Next weekend, I think we're supposed to go, and I think I'm going to try it out. We've got 4 GoPros now and a drone, So I'm gonna have GoPros mounted everywhere. I'm just gonna have them all over the
You
place.
have a drone? I don't think I've ever seen any of your drone footage.
Yeah, I have a drone. There's a lot of videos with drone in it. Um,
Well, that's the
Mostly,
thing,
it's
though. Like,
mostly the cattle videos and stuff like that. You'll see, like, if you want to see some drone footage, the last, I think whenever I was pushing a tree over with the dozer the other day, I had quite a bit in it.
really,
Um,
I didn't see your video from the
it's
other
the one
day.
where I was going to get a stick of firewood. It's
Okay.
where I was like, man, that's a lot of work for a stick of firewood or something like that. And it was.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, so Tony shot his GoPro 10. I saw your
Did
video,
he?
Tony, of you shooting your GoPro 10.
He shot it.
And yeah, he didn't like it, so he shot it. And
Yeah, James, I can't get to everybody's videos. See, when I add somebody's channel, that's one of the things. So if I'm in a live, and I think that's how I actually ended up adding your channel to somebody. I was in somebody's live last year,
yeah,
and they put your link up in the chat, and I clicked on it, and I added you.
yeah,
So YouTube has this default where when you add a channel, it goes to personalized. So
yeah,
when I add a channel from a live, I automatically go in and I switch it to all view,
yeah.
like, so that I get all, like, in my subscription feed, I'll get all the notifications from you.
Right.
And then I'll decide after that if, well, no, it's not bad news, but let's say I don't know, it was
Yeah, I totally
a,
understand.
a cooking show, and their channel was, in a different language, and I'm totally not interested in that. I'm not going to delete my subscription, but I will change them to personalized.
Yeah,
Do you see what I mean? So at least when I've changed it to receive all, then I can, what am I getting at here? I'm totally gapping. I just forgot what it was I wanted to say.
hey, we all do it.
Gee whiz. Okay, that's lost. Sorry, guys, it's gone. No idea what it was I wanted to say.
You were talking about, like, if you put them in your, like, you wanted to see basically what I was doing. You put it, you
Oh,
basically,
right. So I added you last year, and of course, thank you for the reminder, Johnny. I added you last year, and I switched it to view all, but that doesn't necessarily mean, because I literally am subscribed to thousands of channels. I can't possibly watch everybody's channel. I mean, I'd be doing nothing but sitting here 24/7, 365 days a year,
exactly.
doing
And
nothing but watching videos. I mean, I can't possibly. But anyway, I switched to view all, and that doesn't mean that I go back in your channel to past stuff. From the day I've added you, I'm seeing all from that day forward, right?
right.
Doesn't mean I'm watching all, but at least it's coming into my feed. And so no, none of your drone footage, and I didn't see the video from the other day.
Yeah, there's a lot of drone in a lot of my cattle videos and stuff like that. I've got drone, like some of the stuff whenever I'm getting ready to do work with, like, the equipment, like the dozer or something like that. I'll actually put the drone up and focus on what I'm going to go work on. Then I bring it back and I focus on what I'm going to do the work with, and there's
It's
music in with
There's a
that.
lot of work in this stuff. Like, I've seen a whole bunch of different videos, and I'm like, I don't know if I kind of like what I'm doing. I like I like just videoing, no edit, no filter,
Uh-huh.
no nothing, make mistakes, just record it, upload it, be done with it. Give it a title, give it some hashtags, back end
Right.
keywords. Anyway, but I do need to at least work on some thumbnails and some titles. But
So the thing is my goal. I'm 60 years old. Okay. And I have a goal with my channel. I know how much Social Security I'm going to draw. I know I'm going to get a retirement. I've got 2 or 3 little retirements I'm going to get from different places I worked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at 60, I would rather not take my Social Security at 62. Because I'm basically full-time cattle and YouTube and honeydews. That's what I am. I'm full-time on that stuff.
Yeah.
So I would rather be able to delay my Social Security until 66 or 66 and a half or whatever, which is the full retirement age for me as far as Social Security goes.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking that I can do it if my body holds out, and I can do it with YouTube, because YouTube, actually, if I reported the income that I get from YouTube, my Social Security would go down,
Mhm.
because I know how much I'm going to get at 62. It's early retirement, and you can only make so much money at 62 before they start reducing the amount of Social Security you get. So I would rather just forego Social Security, use the YouTube money as my Social Security, and go all the way to my full retirement age of 66 and a half on that, and then I can make whatever I want after that.
Yeah.
I can have my Social Security, and I can make as much money as I possibly can.
Well,
So
I didn't even actually decide until last fall or late summer or something like that, that I actually changed my goal. Originally, when I first started this channel, it was and goals change, right? Everybody's goals and channel expectations can change. Just because you started off some way doesn't mean that you can't, change it up and do something different. But originally, my channel started with this tripod right here. I got it as a Mother's Day gift, an
mhm,
early Mother's Day gift, and my daughters know me well, or my daughter knows me well, and we were talking the year before that, in 2023, about maybe I should put videos on YouTube for you guys instead of sending all these pictures. Because I used to send pictures into our video or into our family chat on Facebook, and I think they got sick of me after. So anyway, I mentioned it again. I guess it must have been the winter of 2024, and lo and behold, she sent me an early Mother's Day gift, and that's what it was. It was a tripod. So she's like, "You don't need anything fancy, Mom. Just do videos on your phone like everybody else does." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Is that what everybody else does?" I mean, it was totally learning right from scratch. I knew nothing.
right,
And so it wasn't until the end of summer or the beginning of fall last year where I decided to change my goals, and rather than just upload videos for family and friends, because I had received, I don't know, 400 or 500 followers by that point, and people were gaining knowledge and learning from me, and I thought that was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty cool. So I changed my goal, and I decided that I did want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I did eventually want to get monetized, and I still do, but similar to you, but not quite similar. Because of the accident that I was in, I'm on a disability pension, and I'm only allowed to make a certain amount of money as well, and then they take it away.
right,
Um, well, my disabilities aren't disappearing. I mean, unless I have a miraculous healing, they're still going to be there.
right.
And so I can only make that cap amount. But I mean, I would be quite happy with what that cap amount is. It would help me get a few jobs done around here. That's for sure. Right.
Right.
So, yeah, I can totally relate to your goal, you know?
Yeah. YouTube for me started because I couldn't remember what my grandpa sounded like whenever he talked. I
Okay.
I forgot what his voice was, and I told the wife that I wanted the grandkids to be able to watch a video with their grandpa and grandma in it, and know what and know how to do things, actually learn from it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and that's still very lofty goal, and I'm still doing that. Now the grandkids, it's a different time than whenever I was young. So since it's a different time, they're so bombarded with this kind of stuff that they think basically it's kind of normal to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
YouTube is kind of normal to them and stuff like that. And they just think, grandpa's doing this crazy thing with, YouTube and stuff like that. And then they go ahead and watch their how to play video games, YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that someday, they'll be able to go back to that.
Well,
But
when they get a little bit more mature and they get a little bit more, like I'm talking maybe in their mid-20s, late 20s or something like that, and they start wanting to get into farming or wanting to get into, looking grandpa up and how do I sharpen this axe might be a good video to watch.
right.
Right? You
And
got a video about that?
not sharpening an axe. No, I've got videos of me chopping ice on the pond and falling in.
Okay,
But
well, that axe gets dull. How do you sharpen it, right?
So, but yeah, but anyway, it's just nice to be able to. It's like YouTube has given me the ability to, like, I go to a lot of auctions.
You do?
And when I go to the auctions, we have some money to spend at the auction. When my dozer broke down, I had to do some major repairs on the dozer recently. The dozer broke down. I didn't sweat it. I just was able to get it fixed. And so that's what YouTube is actually helping with right now. It's just an extra nest egg right there, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
When I need tires, we just go get tires,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And I mean, and not only that, but I mean, God forbid anything should happen to you. It's somewhat of a nest egg for Christine as well.
Right. Because there's some videos that continuously bring in income.
Exactly. And that's why those evergreen videos are so important. And, people really need to start formulating their brain around some of this, especially the serious people that are monetized. Now, I do have another question. I know I've asked a lot of questions, but I'm going to ask you one more before I take off. And it's already after midnight here. It's almost 12:30 a.m. What time is it where you are?
10:22.
Okay. So my question. So a lot of these channels, let's say, that are monetized, that are, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, but they're monetized. So obviously they've gotten 4,000 watch hours.
Right.
And I don't quite get it, because I see the fact that they're monetized and that they got I know that they got X amount of subscribers, but it seems like the same people are watching them all the time.
Right.
And their view count doesn't seem to be very high. Like, we're talking under 100 views.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make money if you're monetized when you're just getting less than 100 views?
Some people use and I can't talk to this because I don't do it or anything, but some people use members and stuff like that. They do the memberships and things like that.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I don't do anything like that. I mean, I've had people ask me to do memberships and stuff like that, but I've sat and thought about it, and I just can't. I don't think I can offer anybody enough, for a membership. I really don't think that I can. It would take a lot. I'm not a member of any channel. Okay. Right. So I'm not a member. And
nor am I.
And I think that I need to offer something that's just, worth somebody spending, their hard-earned bucks for me. And I just don't think that I can offer that right now. So I'm not even going to consider it. So, but some people do that. Some people get super chats, and some people get super
Right.
stickers and things like that.
Yeah. You can
Uh,
get, you don't have to get to, you can be,
yeah,
3,000
three
watching
thousand watch hours
for that.
and
Yeah.
500 subscribers. You can get to that.
Now, I may very well consider the super chat. I would never, I'm not interested in the members uh, tiers. It's like a tier thing. I'm not interested in that. But I have had a couple of viewers actually send me Amazon gift cards,
Hmm.
which I was super appreciative of. And like it wasn't anything, they didn't want a shout out or anything. It was like a $20 Amazon card. Thank you, thinking of you, keep up the great work, whatever.
Right.
So I've had two of those. And so that makes me think that they went to all that trouble. It could have been very easily like on a super chat or a sticker.
Well, here's the problem with a super chat or super sticker.
You only get
You,
70%.
YouTube is very good at making money. And I'm going to tell you, YouTube has figured out a way to not only get the money that people send you and those super and all that stuff, and not only a way of getting money from uh, the advertisers on your videos and stuff like that. Even when you're not monetized, they still throw ads up on your videos and
Oh,
they still
as
get
soon
paid.
as your videos reach 100, I've noticed that
Yeah.
they put an ad on it.
But they've also figured out a way to get creators to pay them to put videos out. So there's that one. And YouTube is very good about making
Money.
money, and that's
You
their
mean you
whole
mean
goal. They do not, and I'm on their platform right now, but I'm going to tell you, they do not care, what our feelings are or anything like that. The revenue stream is what they care about.
Yep.
So, and I know that for a fact, because my wife, who is 50, what, three?
Two.
Oh, two. She's 52.
I'll be 52 in a month or so.
And they think YouTube thinks she's 12.
Oh my goodness.
And we have been actually, we've had a video. I've actually got a huge strike on me right now because of child endangerment, because she was
Oh.
driving a tractor.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Wow, that's
So,
funny.
yeah, Dale has watched people make 2,000 plus on super chats and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen that too.
I would think that must be a pretty big channel to be making $2,000 on super chats.
To me it's like
It's kind of like buying me a coffee, right? You see these
I
people that have
guess.
these links to buy me a coffee, and I went and looked at that, and I think that their percentage is around the same. It's like a 70-30 split. And anyway, 70-30 split, but it's an outside source, right? And it's just one more thing that you have to sign up for and one more thing that you got to do. So if it's the same amount, why wouldn't you just stick with YouTube and go with the super chats and super stickers?
Right. And some people do ask for, they really do ask for super chats, super stickers and things like that. I've never done that. I don't expect them or anything like that, and just never have.
Right.
We have had. I'm not saying that we've never gotten one. I mean, I've even gotten like stuff from some of the shorts. Is people they like Danny so much that they sent like those super stickers on, because of Danny. They're like, can you give Danny an apple for me, and they'll send me a super sticker, and to go buy some apples and stuff like that. And they
I
don't
like that
understand.
kind
I
of thing.
don't really want to give Danny apples because I
Yeah.
would have to cut it up, because there is such a thing as an animal like that can get a full apple caught
Uh,
in his throat and stuff like that. So I really don't want to just hand him apples and stuff like that. I'd rather just give them range cubes.
yeah.
So if they wanted me to feed them some range cubes, yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Um, but I've already got them. So, you know,
You'll
just like,
have to you'll have to start mentioning that on your videos that you can't give them apples.
well, I'm not going to say that Danny never gets anything like that, because we do have an orchard in one of the paddocks and stuff like that. And I'm sure that he gets stuff from it. But as far as me going and buying apples and doing things like that, I'm just gonna, I'll spend the money on range cubes because I know they're helpful for him.
Hmm.
So, that's more what I'm gonna do.
I think
Um,
I'm going to hop off here and say goodnight, Johnny. So thank you and Christine
Absolutely.
for having me on. It was a pleasure and answering all my questions. And good
Hey,
night, everyone. Maybe somebody else wants to hop up and
and you know what? You've brought, this is what this is about, brainstorming.
yeah.
And man, I tell you what, you've opened my eyes on some stuff, and hopefully, you've learned one thing or something from me. But
Well, I'll definitely come back and hit you up, I'm sure, because sometimes I need repeating and especially this when I go to do this video, this live stuff, I might need some tips on that kind of thing.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And lives are, they're good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say there's nothing bad about lives. I mean, where else are we going to have this platform to be able to
It's kind
bounce
of
things off?
it's kind of nice to be able to chat with each other, eh?
Yeah, and you're in Canada. I'm way down here in Oklahoma. We're able to bounce
Exactly.
things off each other.
It's not likely that I'm going to get there anytime soon,
Yeah.
especially if I'm going to get harassed at the border by the border patrol.
Right. The Border Patrol.
Border
I
patrol.
got you. All right.
Okay, guys. Good night.
Good night, Krista. Thanks for
Bye.
coming in.
You're welcome.
Man, that was awesome. I really appreciate her coming up and everything like that. Does anybody else want to pop in? I'm not going to share the link unless somebody says, "Hey, I want to come up," and because I've got a question. Otherwise, I'm just going to get ready to end this live because we've got to get around and go to church in the morning. But I am willing to talk if somebody actually wants to come up on the actual, uh, what I'm saying here on the actual live. Yeah. So, but anyway, I hope this has been helpful for folks, and that's all it's for, is to help. I want to help. God's put it upon my heart to try to help, because there's so much. People on YouTube seem to be secretive about stuff, like they secret out on this and that and everything else. I mean, I've gotten tidbits here and there, but it seems like the meat and potatoes, nobody wants to talk about the meat and potatoes of it. They want to say this one little thing, and then that's all you're going to get. What is the year of your Jeeps again, Johnny, in the model? We've got a 60 CJ5. We've got a 77 CJ5, I think. And then I don't know about that. We'll see. Watch for a video this week. I've been thinking about doing the same thing as you're doing with YouTube. Right, Bill. And I'm not saying I'm all knowledgeable or anything like that, but I'm very observant. I'm very, very observant on things. And I tell you what, if something's not working, I'll change it. I'll move it. I'll do whatever I've got to do to make it work. And I'm very thankful that I've been able to actually, this channel has actually been an organic channel. It's grown organically, and I love that. I love the fact that it's came all the way from. I mean, I tell you what, when I first started, I thought if I ever make $1 from YouTube, man, I'll have arrived. $1, because I mean, when you're starting this journey, man, that just seems like such an uphill climb. Want to take advice? No secret here, but who wants? No, Dale. I like Dale. I've taken a lot of advice from you, Dale. A lot. And I love talking to Dale. So, we're, and as always, YouTube's not a competition. It's not a competition. I want to see every single one of you just killing it on YouTube. I really do. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I never want to see anybody's video fail. If I tell you what, if I could go into each one of your channels and your videos were all hitting, like just killing it, man, I'd be your biggest cheerleaders. I'm telling you, I'd be there for you. So yes, and Lori says your videos are helpful too, Dale. That's right. We were talking about that the other night. I mean, we were talking about how, you had actually started some of that stuff a while back. Yes. Leonard Mountain, I would love to see everyone win. No competition here. Never will be. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right, Amy. And we're speaking of super chats. Here's Johnny's $2. So thank you, James. But the $2, that's a funny deal because the name of the paper boy in Better Off Dead, the movie, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. John Cusack's in it, called Better Off Dead. Got a cool hot rod in it. The paper boy was always hounding him for $2. Absolutely. And Dale says the same thing. I want everyone to succeed. And that's what we want. We want everybody to succeed. And there's a way to do that. And we can all lift each other up and stuff like that. But and I think the best way we can do it is by helping people with their videos and helping them with their, their views and helping them with their stuff like that. Sub count is one thing, but the whole nother thing is the actual views. You want to get views on those. If you got 1,000 subscribers, don't worry about your subscribers at that point, because with views come subscribers. It's a weird thing. With views come subscribers. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to ask anybody for them or anything like that. You just get views, and then people, if they like it, they subscribe to it. So I'm in chat in community comments, Chick. I don't know, so I'm asking now, can I rename and repost that video, and how do I? Can I rename and repost a video? Yes, you can. I've taken videos down, changed them, and put them back up before. You can edit, rename. You can actually rename. There's a way of editing within YouTube. Now, I've not done it. What I do is I actually just kill the video, do whatever editing I'm going to do in iMovie, rename it, put a new thumbnail to it, and then put it back up. That's what I do. Now what? But not buying things. Well, I don't get that one, Dale. But not buying things. So, help me with that one. So anyway, sharing tips and tricks to understand how it works is enormously helpful. Right. And that's what I've been wanting to do with this whole series. And, the hummingbird kind of ran off on me, but she kind of hummingbirded back in here real quick. And you mean you can repost this video? Yeah, editing in YouTube is chop. You can't fade the music in or out or anything good. In fact, all you can do is delete parts. You can't find parts. Yeah. I'm thinking he said crap, but it came out chop. What you and Lori do, I can't do. I feel awkward, but when I'm walking with the dogs, a different story. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like me,
Hi, Lori.
I can go anywhere with the camera. I mean, I feel awkward sometimes, and I've had people point at me and do all kinds of stuff, but I put that dude on my chest, and I just walk right on in there. I mean, I've had people look flat at me and go, "What's that?" And I tell them exactly what I'm doing. And I've had people ask me, "Do you work for the auction company?" And I tell them, "No, I don't work for the auction company. I'm YouTube." I'm like, "Well, what's that for?" That's so people out there can see the auction that aren't here. Oh, well, that's cool. So let's see. You can rename a video at any time at Killing. If you want to re-edit a video, make the old video private, then upload the new edited video. And oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I understand that, Dale. I understand that. Choppy. It's choppy. No, on my channel, not the live we're on, Dale. So, but anyway, is anybody else have any questions or want to pop up? I mean, I can put the link up if anybody else wants to pop up. Otherwise, we're going to call this one. We've been on here for 3 hours and 39 minutes now.
Brian, did you get those taxes done?
Man, I feel like Amy Leonard.
She's gonna get you.
Yeah, she'll get me. We're going to see them tomorrow, by the way. Then it would show as a rerun. I have considered uploading some of my videos that I know are good, but just didn't get seen. Right. Look at you go, John, with all them. Yeah, see? Yeah, look at there, Amy. Yeah, I'm killing it out here, Amy. Bill has an appointment to do his taxes on Monday. Well, that's awesome, Bill. We did ours the other day, and I've got to call them tomorrow.
Hey, Rhonda.
Right?
You have to call them Monday. I don't think they're going to be open on the Sabbath.
Yeah, I'm going to have to call them Monday. I might have to talk to them because...
Good night, Lynette.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good. Hey, James.
It better be good.
I really appreciate that. I've learned a lot. Good night. God bless. Thank you, Midway Farms.
Good night. God
I
bless.
thought it was Dorky asked LOL. Thank you, John. No, it's not. No questions. You need to ask questions, and nobody's going to laugh at you or anything for asking a question because we've all been there.
Yeah, it's
We're not just born, like, oh, I know how to do this and I know how to do that. We all learned it from somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's good to ask questions.
Yep.
It should be fine to ask questions no matter what they are.
Right.
Inside joke. You didn't get the threads to that shifter knob. You didn't. You still didn't get me the threads. To that.
No, I haven't. I'm
What
sorry.
shifter knob?
He wants the threads for the shifter knob on the Jeep.
Oh,
I don't know what that's about. But
there are no dumb questions, that's for sure.
No. I really appreciate these. I've learned a lot. Good night. God bless. Thank you, Midway Farms. Night, Dale. Night, everybody. Everybody's saying good night.
I gotta go
Hey,
back.
good night, guys. We're gonna hop. We're gonna
Yeah,
call it.
church.
But anyway, thanks guys for being here. Love y'all.
Please keep
And Amy and
his
Chris, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We got church until we'll be home what?
noon, probably.
Noonish, somewhere in there. Noon, 1.
We should be home for sure. 1 after 1.
Yeah, give me a call. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.
Difference between them and Dorky.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.